Sony closes Bluepoint, huh? Oh God, what are they doing?
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab us coming and eat up scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Froomies trading people, worders skin. All recent gaming, go race and take top mean. Good morning, coming moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Also, afternoon and evening, the crazy one. Wish you all beautiful and awesome Friday. Good morning, my chat. How are you guys doing? How is everything? I hope you guys are having a fucking awesome Friday, of course, because heck, today is going to be one hell of a spicy show. Why not? We got to do it, my friends. We got to do it because at the end of the day, look what happened yesterday and the day before. I mean, it's been just 2 days of Sony stomping on their fans, just literally stomping on them. Yet the first day, they're like, okay, no problem. They're like this, so like, no problem. I mean, Sony wants to charge more to keep the PS5s at the same price so we can keep our precious console sales. No problem. But then the day after that, my friends, the day after that, my friends, the big thing happened. And that was the closure of Bluepoint. And then they all go out there and react to this. They all go out there and get pissed off about it. And man, that's all it took. But what happened the day before when they said they were going to charge you even more money just for them to keep your precious PS5s at a base price? Oh my God. Seriously? It's been one hell of a ride for them. Not kidding you. This week, it's not a good week to be a pony. But real quick, before we go on the rants and have some fun, because I know Joey is going to try to hop in. He says he's going to be here real soon. I got to watch out for when he comes in, and I think T's going to join us later on. I got to do a couple things here on the channel because yesterday just so much things were happening, phone calls and everything, and I couldn't get some things ready. So David Cohen, he says, I love you and Joey are roasting marshmallows with the PS5 and the thumbnail image. Man, I'm happy that you love it. And you want to thank FarQ for that, my friend, because that's FarQ's magic. Look, I'll tell you what happened, though. I'll tell you a quick story just for fun, real quick. So yesterday, I called him FarQ. FarQ was sleeping, you know. So I called him and I said, FarQ, where have you been? He said, I was sleeping. I was like, oh, man, you're missing out on what's happening. Twitter blew up. There's been a big thing. He said, uh-oh, what happened? I said, well, Sony closed down Bluepoint. He says, oh, no. I said, yeah, oh, no, fucking A. Because, look, at the end of the day, though, we may have our fun. We may troll. We may say a lot of stuff. But it sucks, because this guy's going to get laid off. And it's such a good, talented team to be laid off. Shit, that sucks. It really does suck reading about that. But yes, the reaction of the fanboys, literally, they finally open their eyes and see the things we've been saying to them for like the last, I don't know how many years. We've been telling it to them that they've been lied to, that they go around, thinking that everything is fine when it's not. But it is what it is. Power Boss, good morning to you. So, like to finish up the story, so I told Farq, we need to do a spicy thumbnail. He said, okay, all right. What do you think, Louis? And so I remember that one thumbnail he did that I had it saved. I had it saved in for like 2 or 3 months, and then I used it. And I told you guys I have a thumbnail that's super hot that if I use, it's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. And that day, I used it. And I said, Farky, why don't we do this? Why don't we get the PS5 on fire and have me like turning it on fire and have Joe on the other side roasting marshmallows? And this is what we came up with. But again, Farky, man, you're the man. You're the man. It's mamma mia. It's beautiful. So, Safo, good morning, girl. How you doing? She says, I don't like it. My PS5 Pro was almost 900 after that. And the stand. Oh, shoot. I back now. PlayStation is dead. Says Big B Money. What's up, Mike Johnson? Good morning to you, brother. How you doing? My favorite PlayStation tutors are Bluepoint in Japan studio. Now what? Oh, man. It's crazy. You're crazy, Louis. PlayStation is dead. PlayStation dead. Good morning, Louis and chat. What's up, Farky? How you doing? My console sales. That's all they care for. Incredible. PS was known for the remakes. Now what for? No first party games also. Oh, damn. That's some. Ooh. Guess who co-developed God of War Ragnarok? Bluepoint Games. Uh-oh. 108 Dragons is the pit. Roast has begun. Yes, sir, it has. You forgot Concord, says Google Poll. So, and they scream Xbox is dead from the rafters in literally every social media spaces. This is really sad. That's why I say, Safo. I even posted a tweet and I even told it with a lot of love and said I was being serious with that tweet. I said, you know what? I think it's time for you PlayStation fanboys to start looking at your own backyard instead of looking at Xbox yard all the time, which is the truth. Because I don't understand why do they have to do a show and it's always talking bad about Xbox. Always, it's always got to be something bad about Xbox. They cannot talk something good, positive about Xbox. For example, yesterday, we have Joey in the building. Hey, let's get him in here, brother Joe, brother Joe, brother Joe, brother Joe. What's up? Let me get you on the scenes, bro. All right, let me see. Replay. Okay, hold on. Replace cast. All right, Joey. Replace on all scenes. All right, there's Joey. Hey, Joey. Good morning. How you doing, bro?
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing, Joey?
Waking up to my social media with a bunch of notifications and stuff.
Oh,
God damn, they're still arguing, bro.
I know they still are. I mean, that was the thing that Joey. It's funny. I was telling the chat this that 2 days, like this week, has not been a good week for them. It just has not been at all a good week for them. I mean, 2 days ago, Sony was telling them, "Hey, fuck you, we're charging you more money." They didn't say nothing, Joey. That day, they were quiet. They were like quiet. They're just like they're trying to like get it away, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then that Blue Point thing hit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like the reaction I wanted to happen the day before when they said they were going to charge you more money to keep the precious console, which is a Sony problem, not a PlayStation fan problem, to keep the precious console at the base price that they're having it on right now, right? They're going to charge you more money. They didn't react to it, but they react to the whole Blue Point. I was like, oh my god, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets you, huh? Incredible. So like I was saying earlier, it's time for you guys to look at your own backyard. They always keep on making these videos of saying that Xbox is a problem. Xbox is doing this. Xbox is doing this wrong. Like I remember I read a tweet from someone out there which said that, for example, Elder Scrolls 6, they talked like there's some good news about it. And that person shat on Elder Scrolls and said, a lot of more RPGs have evolved more than Bethesda's RPG or WRPGs. I was like, come on. Come on. I was like, look, there's good news. Why don't you guys talk good things? But yeah, the point is they go in, they roast Xbox for everything. But again, you do not look at your backyard. I mean, chat, we cannot make this up. When I saw Sony sign a deal with TCL and give them the 51%, right then and there, I started smelling something funny. I'm not kidding you. I said, this ain't good. Because why would you give them 51%? Because, okay, you can get TCO in, but you give them 30, you keep 70, 20, or 80 for you. But no, you give them 51%. I said, something's not smelling good. It's not smelling good. I've been looking for where that smell is at. I'm not kidding you. I was with my nose open. I was like, where's that smell at? I gotta go find it.
I know you're the ones smelling that because we had that conversation last time. You're
Hmm.
smelling something funky with that, but I'm not.
Oh,
I
I
I,
was.
I still smell. I did believe that they were. Why now? My mind doesn't want to speak. What the fuck? I still feel that that's a smart move because
Oh,
manufacturing is a pain in the fucking ass
no,
right
no, no,
now.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying it's not a smart move or not, but it's weird that all of a sudden they go ahead and do this. I was like, something smells
Yeah,
funky.
right now as a company, it seems like Sony is like, okay, hold on.
Hold on, yeah.
Hardware sucks to build right now. Why the
Exact-
fuck would we? Why the fuck would we still make TVs? So let's sell that bitch. Let's sell the patent, whatever. We'll give you
oh,
the software, but whatever
but
technology you want to keep in TLC or TCL, whatever TLC,
but Joe,
TCL, keep it. I think that's a smart move. But however, you are right in one thing.
hmm
Um, that they are actually doing stuff because
hmm
things
yep.
are not looking bad, but they're like, ugh, not sustainable.
Ugh, it's
Not
not
sustainable.
not sustainable. Yeah, you get to see it because, like I said, it all started with the TVs, and like I said, something was smelling funky, and then I find part of the smell. I find it 2 days ago when they decided to say, "Hey, Sony fanboys," because I gotta give them props for something, Joe. At least because listen, some companies they go ahead and price hike and they don't tell you shit, right? You know who that is,
Hold
right?
on, hold on. Yeah. Now, hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this. Because I'm seeing the people like Sony management is bad. Hold on.
Mhm.
Give Put Herman Holt's names under respect, bro. That man is saving PlayStation. That man is like, hold on, finances ain't looking good. I I endorse that man to shut more studios down. I'm all
Uh-oh.
for that. If that man has to close more studios and cancel more games, I'm 100% behind that man.
Uh-oh.
He has to
Uh-oh.
save PlayStation. That's what you guys don't understand. Hard
Oh.
decisions must be made.
Yes.
Okay? Single player games is not easy to sustain. I know you guys
Hmm.
want the PlayStation to go back and make those third person sad dad simulators, game of the year winners, big graphics, but in his email, he clearly stated,
Mm.
"Motherfuckers, if we make those type of games again, we're going bankrupt." So in
Hmm.
order to save this beautiful company,
Hmm.
we will have to do some tough
Some
decisions.
tough
And
decisions.
he
Yep.
said, "Hey, Bluepoint, what are you doing?" "Well, we were doing a games as a service, but
Hmm.
you canceled it." "Oh, that's right, that's right." But that was last year. What have you guys been doing for the past year? Absolutely nothing, boss. Well, guess what? Get your fuck out of here. Get to the curve. And he's saving PlayStation. I don't care what you say.
Oh, he
Herman
said
Holst
place.
must stay. That man is the future.
No,
So
wait,
if he
wait.
has to go ahead,
Wait,
go
Joe,
ahead.
you're talking about the man who likes to shove Concord and likes to shove, all those
He had a vision.
Horizon.
He had a
He had a
hey,
vision.
Horizon still hold
I,
on.
he's trying
Horizon
to.
is still profitable. Horizon is still
Oh,
profitable.
those, yeah, it is. That's true though. But except for that live service game, everybody's mad at, and I want to know how the PlayStation community is going to handle that though.
Horizon is profitable. I'm just saying. That's the thing. You guys, the ponies, and even sometimes us butts. We don't see the what's the saying? The forest from the trees, whatever the thing is called. It's like, dude, Phil
Hmm.
Spencer has been saying this for years now.
Hmm.
Gaming is not growing.
Hmm.
Things are not turning sustainable.
Hmm.
And we keep doing the same path, shit
Hmm.
ain't gonna work. For Xbox, it was different.
Hmm.
They can't sell a console for, dude. They can't sell. It's like people are dying of hunger, and he can't sell fried chicken.
Hmm.
Like he can't sell it. Xbox just sucks at selling consoles. Let's keep it real.
Oh, that's true. No, you're right.
So,
Well, deny that.
As unsustainable as the business is right now, fuck, we gotta put our games everywhere. Plus, we owe our landlord $80 billion, so they gotta put games everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The business changed. Sony, with the hundreds and hundreds of millions of consoles sold, said the same exact thing on that
Thing.
email.
Mm-hmm. They
Where's
did.
that? Where's Louis? Where's that email? Put me
Oh,
that damn email.
let's go
Get
get
me
that
that
email.
email.
Let me go find that damn
Get me that
email that
goddamn
Herman.
email.
Oh my
This is
god.
not my
Woo,
words. These are not my fucking
woo.
words.
Let me
And
go get
before
that
you
email.
attack Jim Ryan was fucking right also.
Uh oh, damn. Hey,
Because if you would have stayed only with the single player games, you guys would have been fucked. I'm telling you, you guys would have been fucked. Games as a service, I know it's not. We hate that shit, but at the same time, it's the only thing in the market right now that is actually making a bunch of money. Unfortunately,
mm-hmm.
sustainable money. All right,
Sustainable money.
and it sucks. I don't like it, but goddamn,
We don't, my friend. We
Sony
don't.
needs one. Sony needs one. This organic growth bullshit did not work. Xbox at least said, you know what, we're gonna buy a bunch of these fuckers. At least they got COD. At least they got Minecraft.
The
They
ones
have
that
at
actually
least
make the money, though.
they have Candy Crush. They have Diablo Immortal. They have fucking Hearthstone. They have what Xbox has a whole bunch of games as a service, and Microsoft still thinks is not enough. So imagine that. I'm just saying.
Mm,
To those ponies, like, oh, fire Herman Holtz. You guys got no idea what you're talking about because I don't think nobody has the balls to shut down
mm-hmm.
studios like that. And yes, it sucks
Mm-hmm.
for the guys on Bluepoint. I'm sorry, you guys lost your
Yeah,
job.
that's your job, yeah.
Hopefully, you guys land on your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
besides, Holt said that some of you or most of you maybe go to other studios, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But business is business, bro. You aren't doing shit. Oh my God! They closed one of the most greatest studios ever. Greatest studios of what? Somebody explain to me what great you guys did. You guys just do spit shines out of ideas of other great devs. Let's keep it
Ah.
real. Not one original idea you guys had. All you guys do was port and spit shine remake or remasters. Oh, Demon Souls was great. That wasn't your idea. That was
Exactly.
from Software's idea.
Oh, 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 oh. But no, to be honest,
Oh,
though, they made it look pretty
Shadow of the
good.
Colossus was great. That wasn't your idea. That was from Team Eco.
Hmm. Hmm. Joey, I have the email right here. You want me to read it?
So okay, read the email. But
All
there's an
right.
important part. You got to emphasize an important part there. But go
So
ahead.
let's read it completely. It says here, "Hello, everyone. I wanted to share an important update from the studio business. As I mentioned in December Town Hall, 2025 has some strong highlights with PlayStation Studios. Ghost of Yotei launched to critical and commercial success. Death Stranding 2 on the beach further showcase our commitment to narrative excellence, and Helldivers 2 and MLB The Show.
Wait, hold on. Stop there. Stop there.
Okay,
He said Ghost of Yote came out with a commercial and critical success. That's
success.
fine. I
Okay.
have no quorums with him there.
Mm-hmm.
But that Stranding, he said, just shows our commitment of what?
To narrative excellence.
Oh, but what happened to commercial success?
I don't know what happened to that though.
Oh, I got fucked. That's what happened.
That's what happened basically.
Okay, continue.
And Helldivers 2 and MLB The Show continue to drive ongoing player engagement and revenue.
Oh, hold on. Stop there.
I'll stop there.
What is MLB The Show and Helldivers right now?
Where is MLB The Show and
No,
Helldivers right now?
what
What
is
is?
what is MLB The Show Helldivers right now?
Well, MLB The Show is a service game and Helldivers is the service game, isn't it? Well,
No,
sports slash service, isn't
no,
it?
no. They're
Oh.
fucking multiplats.
Oh, you said where are they at? Oh, okay. I thought
No,
you said
no,
oh my bad, my bad.
no. I said, what are they? They're
Oh,
fucking
multiplat.
multiplats.
There you go,
So
multiplats.
you're
That's
telling
true.
me out of the four
Yeah.
games you mentioned, one was a success. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Two are fucking multiplats, and one failed. So you're telling me out of the four, half, which is making you the money, is a
Mm-hmm.
multiplat. And
Mm.
a service game. Interesting.
Interesting. Hmm.
Okay, continue.
So it says they continue to drive ongoing litigation revenue. At the same time, we're operating in an increasingly challenging industry environment. I wonder,
No.
I wonder who said that.
Mm.
Was it Bob? Joey? Was it our uncle?
I think it's a guy called.
Bobby?
I
Peter?
think it was. I think
Who?
it was
Kitty Cat?
everybody, but I think all our uncles said that shit. But all right, continue, continue.
Rising development costs.
Mm.
Slowed industry growth.
No, 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 no. That one was said by one of crazy uncles that we have.
Yeah, one of
Remember that? Remember that uncle that we had that he was like chubby and everything. He would look happy, but now he's
yeah.
skinny.
Now he's getting. They say that he's got skinny
And
because of the environment and everything.
yeah. He said shit ain't growing.
He
We,
said that
we
shit ain't
thought he was
growing.
like we thought he was talking about something else, but
Hmm.
he said shit ain't growing,
Hmm.
and nobody believed him.
No, no,
Because
no, no.
he
Nobody
for,
believed because of course.
he always mentioned the sky is falling, but nobody wants to pay attention.
Didn't you remember that other uncle we don't like that he's bald and he's ever competing against TikTok? Remember that other uncle?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, but that I don't like that uncle. He
I
kind
said
of
I
messed
don't
up.
like that uncle though. I said that uncle we don't like though. That's what I said though. He said we're competing
Yeah.
against. Yeah, he said that. Kind of weird though. And let's keep going because why did I say this? Because I'll read this part. It says change slowed industry growth, changing player behavior. That's why I said
That
we're
one?
competing with TikTok. Okay, okay, yeah. Hmm? Go ahead, Jerry. Go see what you gotta say.
No, no, no. I don't. I think he means more than one thing there
Exactly.
because what is the most played games in his own platform? What is huh?
We got that uncle over there that's in Blue Skies, not on Twitter anymore. That
Yeah,
uncle,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We remember,
yeah.
remember in
Let's
the
see,
back in the
yeah,
past generation when our uncle was like in his 40s, 30s, and he
yeah,
was younger, right?
yeah.
They were all playing single player games. Now they're not.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
So
No,
it's like well, if you put single player games, it's not putting the revenue that they want. It's
exactly.
like they change it to other games now,
Mm-hmm.
and player engagement is different. But all right, continue with the
And
continue
here
with
we
the thing.
go. And broader economic headwinds are making it harder to build games sustainably. And
Oh,
that's
wait, sustainable.
yep,
That's a
sustainable.
that's a that's a that's
That's
a
that's
specific
that's,
word.
that's a specific word. That's a strong word, though. That's a strong word.
And I've heard that word before though.
PMS Jordan, what's up, girl? How you doing? Good morning to you. How you doing over there on Twitch? Hope everything's good for you.
Wait, wait, that's the real name.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's it. Yeah. Let's keep going. So,
Uh huh.
sustainability. That's the main word. Sustainability.
So
That's the
you're
main word.
telling me
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
have said word for word, bar for bar.
Mm-hmm.
You're stealing my flow from our uncle Phil Spencer.
Yeah, exactly. They're stealing it, my friend. They are. They are
You-
stealing
you-
it because,
Our,
to be honest,
our
though.
Uncle Philip is being
Mm-hmm.
you know quoted here.
He's quoted
Felipe,
here because
Felipe is
why didn't
being
he add quote unquote what Phil Spencer said? That would have been good on the email, just
huh.
oh man,
But hey yo,
oh
but shout out to our uncle Herman.
yeah,
He had the hard decisions to make, and I
yeah.
endorse that man.
Mm.
Listen, listen. Again, I gotta repeat myself. None
Ooh.
of you ponies are in the trenches like Herman. You don't
Mhm,
see the numbers. Phil,
mhm,
our uncle Phil, Herman, and all these dudes, they
mhm,
see
mhm.
numbers. And they see a lot
Joey,
of this shit is not sustainable. But there's a difference between our
Joey,
uncle's job and
I
Xbox
got
and
a
then
question.
our other uncles. Tell me, sir. Tell me, sir.
I got a question, Joey. But how many times have we told them that this is not the same PlayStation as it was? How many times have we said that, Joey?
No,
And they
no,
get
I
and
don't
they
think
get
this is. I don't think there's a difference between PlayStation. I think there's a difference between the world and
yeah,
people.
exactly. Oh, the
I
difference
think.
with
I
PlayStation.
think that. Now that I've been thinking about it for this, like last night,
Mhm.
the whole afternoon, the whole evening, I think there's a difference between the PlayStation or the Xbox. There's a
Mm.
difference in the world. The world changed. I think
It
the
will
world,
change.
not the companies. I think these companies wanted to keep on doing business like they used to, but the world is changing.
Yes, it is. And here's the thing, though. Have you seen? I don't know if you saw somewhere somebody talking about how the single player games don't get enough engagement, how single player games don't get enough attention, and that's the thing, though. And I look, Joey. You know what's so sad? I saw this. Everything happened. I started to look for information. You want to know how much that game sold? And here's
Which
the
one?
thing. Here's the
Which
thing,
game?
though. Demon Souls. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I remember when they made that game. I remember I got it for the PS5. I remember playing it, and I started to compare it to the original. Um,
Oh no, there's no comparison there.
there's no
They
comparison. I mean,
the PS3 version versus the PS5
oh my
version.
god, they really it's like they really did an
It's a
amazing
jump.
job.
It literally
They
looks
really
like a
did
different game. It
they
looks like a
really did an
different game.
awesome job. I gotta give them credit when they decide to revive a game. They really know how to
Yes.
revive it. They do an awesome job with that, 100%. But here's the thing, though. Why did you leave it there? That's the
What do you
question I
mean?
always ask
What do you
myself.
mean? What do you
Like,
mean?
oh, because they like the whole exclusive crap, but why did they leave it on the PlayStation? Why? Because look, here's my take
Oh,
though.
okay, okay, okay.
That game in 2022 was the last time it reported huge numbers, and it was 2 million copies. And you left it sitting there for 4 fucking years. Y'all should have started sending it to PC and see how well it did. Like you did with a bunch of games. I mean, you guys have decided to port games out there, and some of them have brought in some cash. Some of them haven't. Like Dust Till Dawn didn't do shit, but okay. But at least this one could have brought in something because a lot of people. I remember this when On the Ring came out. A lot of people was with the hype, comparing it and saying like, "Look, this game looks beautiful." I mean, Elden, you should have taken some ideas. And I think even the front software guys, I think I said this is what I think. I think I read it because this was a long time ago. They even praised the game. They said they did a good job.
I say this. The Demon Souls remake for the PS5
Yeah,
is a beautiful game.
yeah, it is 100%. They really did a good
But
job.
again, how many beautiful games have I played or seen
Mm-hmm.
that are dog shit?
And
If
like
it
we,
wasn't for the idea and the gameplay and the
mm-hmm,
style of From Software,
mm-hmm,
Demon Souls 5 remake would have been jack shit.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter your graphics, okay?
Exactly.
If not as fucking Godfall, whatever the name is of that game that can remember that it only could be played with the power of the SSD. They came with that
Ah,
bullshit.
shit, that
The
came with
game
that
looks
bullshit. Yeah.
beautiful. That
Mm-hmm,
game looked beautiful, but it's dog
mm-hmm,
shit. Okay, so
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
beauty ain't everything. All right.
Okay.
I understand the chick is hot. She's curvy. She has that Coca Cola bottle curvy body. I mean, whatever color you like, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
But
Yep.
if she has nothing up here,
Yep.
you can't sit down 5 minutes having a conversation with that thing. It's the same
Uh
thing with
oh.
video games.
All
You
right.
can look all the good if you want, but if
Mm-hmm.
your content, your gameplay is dog shit, and I'm sorry, you ain't
Mm-hmm.
worth shit.
So.
So, as beautiful as that game looked, if it wasn't for Miyazaki and his team originally from software, that game would have been jack shit. And that's
Mm-hmm.
my point with Bluepoint. Bluepoint, you're a
Mm-hmm.
great studio, actually polishing up and glowing up old
Mm-hmm.
games.
Mm-hmm.
But what killed you, and I bet this was part of the decision, what killed you was two things. One, the games as a service thing with God of War did not work. That was
Oh,
unfortunate.
that was unfortunate.
No
Yep.
manager should have put you in that position.
A hundred
And that's
percent.
mismanagement. And that's Jim Ryan's fault. And
Mm-hmm.
whoever
Yep.
was in charge.
Mm-hmm.
You were a studio, you never made a game like that before.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, and somebody must speak about this. And I
Mm-hmm.
wonder who's going to speak about this first. Which developer is going to come out and snitch? Unless you guys made the pitch first.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that everybody, I don't know. I don't know if Sony, Jim Ryan, and these people actually pushed them to do it like this,
Mm-hmm.
games as a service God of War, and they're like, all right, let's do it. Or it was Bluepoint at the beginning
Mm-hmm.
actually pitching this idea. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder who said it. So for now, I'm gonna blame Sony for this one. That
Yep.
was a bad idea. You don't do that. The
Mm-hmm.
same thing that ZeniMax back then made Arcane Austin and most of these studios to make games as a service. It did not work. Redfall did not work, and that's on management. All right, that's on management. Let's keep it
Yep.
real.
Let's keep it
However,
real.
I just want to know who made the pitch first.
Mm-hmm. That's what
All
I
right,
know.
because I can't just blame me Sony, but I do applaud Herman Holtz for having the balls to save his company and
Yep.
this and they keep the financials up,
And showing the fanboys that PlayStation is
but
not
they're
the way they think it
closing
is.
these fucking studios. All right, none
Yep.
of these motherfuckers are, I don't know, untouchable.
Hmm.
Bluepoint again. You're a fantastic spitshine, shoe spitshine studio. You glow up these games as fantastic. But I looked yesterday. The first thing I did. Oh, hold on. Let me see what Bluepoint does. Bluepoint,
So,
you haven't done anything original in your entire career.
mm-mm,
That was your fault.
mhm,
You should have stayed as a support remaster studio.
mhm,
Sony should have used you as a support remaster studio because you did not draw any money at all.
mhm.
And I know blah, Demon Souls is out there. Demon Souls ain't selling shit. So
Yep.
let's blame
No.
Sony again.
Mhm.
Demon Souls should
It
have
should
been
have been
at least in PC.
at least in PC. It should have been somewhere else because they
They
left that
sold
time to sit there and just let it fade away.
So
That's
let's blame
incredible.
Sony at this. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. And again, if Herman Holtz has to close more studios to save PlayStation, I'm all for that shit. Okay, I say close Fair Game Studio and close.
Bungie. Uh oh.
No, no, say that. Who said
I know, of course I did.
that?
So, it's me, the Broke Boy Lewis, with a $5 super. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. He says, funny reading through posts. PS guy saying, at least we'll call PS out for on their stuff. All Xbox do is make
Shut the
exclusive.
fuck up.
And
Hold on, Tony.
when the platform
Tony,
does it,
Tony,
oh,
shut the fuck up.
exactly.
Who's the Xbox fan base? They all fucking jumped. They all wanted Phil Spencer fired.
They all
What are you
did.
talking about? What are you talking about?
Exactly, because it's kind of funny
Huh?
how they're out there saying fire Herman, but
The
the
Xbox guys don't criticize Xbox, motherfucker. Like 2 weeks ago, I had a fight with the chat of me
hmm
blaming Xbox for the fucking for fuck's sakes they don't sell a console for the life of them,
hmm
huh?
hmm
So don't come with
Yep.
that bullshit. Plus, what
You can take that
Xbox
too.
fan base? Most of them left because they were pissed with the Xbox.
They were pissed with the
The
Xbox.
the number one fucking cheerleader out there that was called fucking Tim Dog
Yep. Left.
was basically death threatening everybody at Microsoft.
Basically, yes, he
So
was.
no. So no. Besides,
hmm
this is good for PlayStation. This is
Exactly.
good. This
It's
is
good for
good
them. It's now they
because
woke up.
they have to fix their finances. Louis, listen.
hmm
Shout out to Kim David, right? I was listening to him last night.
What he says. What he said.
He made AI. I'm not in favor of AI, but this time AI kind of pull out the information. He asked how many studios PlayStation has closed and compared to Xbox.
hmm
Bro, Xbox is getting a lot of smoke for things Sony has done and even more.
I know
According to AI, and it kind of makes sense, Sony has closed
more stuff.
since then one, two, three, four,
Four,
five,
five,
six,
six, seven, seven total.
seven projects with seven
Yep.
studio and 12 lives as a service game.
hmm
They closed Japan Studio. They closed Pixel Lopez,
Remember
Neon
that?
Movie, London
And then,
Studio,
yeah,
Firewalk,
that was
and
the
now
dinner.
Blue Point. And the
That
other
was the
one
red
that was
wedding.
yes, and there was another one affiliated with Sony that his project got closed because Sony said "fuck you."
Yep. Yep.
Compared to Xbox, that is only five, and out of those five,
hmm
two got sold out, and
And
one got
three.
absorbed. The other rest, which
Two.
is the Initiative, goodbye.
hmm
Um, Roundhouse Studios goodbye, and Redfall,
Arcane. That's Arcane.
which Arcane.
Arcane. Yeah. Arcane. Yeah. Yeah.
So
hmm
you tell me Sony is actually shutting down studios more than Xbox, but Xbox is getting the smoke.
Yeah, because the
Get the
thing
fuck
is,
out of here.
because here's the thing though, they say they criticize, but when London closed down, you know what the fanboys said? Oh, they're not doing nothing, so it's okay. When Japan closed down and they decided to like grab some of the team, they're like, no, the team got absorbed, no problem, it's okay. I'm like, bro, you don't understand what is the point of having a studio there because Japan did this. Now, if you absorb the team, what the team was going to do is work on other projects, not work on Japan projects. That's the thing they don't understand. But okay, they said, no, 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 it's okay. They closed Pixel, it's okay. They were all saying okay, but once they hit a studio they loved with all their hearts, it's when they blow up. They're not seeing what's happening. Like I said, Joey, there was a funky smell out there, and I went searching for it, and it hits. And like, look, I remember yesterday they were out there celebrating God of War news. And I even said this and asked the chat, I said this. I think Christopher Judge is covering the whole thing that happened the day before because it was some negative news, and I think he decided to spill that out just to get the fans happy. But what I did not know is there was a
Well,
big Mike Tyson TKO punch coming, and then it came out. That's what I didn't know. Oh, God. So let me keep reading the email. You want to keep reading it, Joey?
yeah, well, I think the well, you can keep reading it, which is
All right.
it's just information of him saying like,
Let's read
a
it. Let's
lot of
read
them
it.
they're gonna keep on they're gonna search for positions and other studios for the team, which is
Yeah.
good. You should do that as a company. You got a
So
lot of talent. You got a lot of talent in that studio. I'm gonna keep it real.
So it says here to navigate this reality, we
Uh,
need to continue adapting and evolving.
uh,
I wonder who said that too. We've taken a close look at our business to ensure we're delivering today while still positioned for the future. As a result, we will be closing Bluepoint Games in March. Hmm.
uh,
This decision was not made lightly. Bluepoint is an incredible, talented team, and their technical expertise has delivered exceptional experiences for the PlayStation community. I want to thank everyone at Bluepoint for their creativity, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. Where possible, we will work to find opportunities for some impacted employees with our global network of studios. While I know this is news to hear, I'm confident in the direction we're headed. Creativity, innovation, and building unforgettable experience for the players for players remain at the hearts of the PlayStation Studios. We have a robust roadmap for FY 2026. Joey, what's the roadmap? What's the roadmap,
they
Joey?
do. They do. They have Wolverine. They have
Okay.
MLB the Show, Marathon,
Marathon,
Soros, and I think they're missing one. And a
Saros,
few
I mean.
exclusive. I mean, it's not as empty as people want to pretend that it is.
Yeah.
Uh, w- uh, but it's not. I don't say it's more robust than Xbox, but it's there. I'm not gonna lie on that one. It's there.
So it says a months ahead. Thank you for your hard work and continued support. Best Herman host. At least it wasn't a red wedding like the London studio was. Remember that red wedding?
I don't think this is the last gut punch that he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm. That's
Because
the
if you think
thing.
about it, okay, let's say they're looking at the finances, they're looking at everything. Unless Ben Studios and Media Molecule
Mm-hmm.
came with two pitches that are
Yeah.
fucking fantastic and they're really ahead with those projects, I don't see Ben nor Media Molecule surviving that much. I'm not
Oh,
gonna say Bungie. Why I'm not saying Bungie because at least Bungie has a project that is coming out really soon.
really soon in a couple
I
weeks.
can't predict if a game is going to be good or bad
You can't predict that.
because I've seen games that I've said this game is gonna die and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen games that I've said that it's gonna die and it does die. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
games that I said that no one's gonna play this and it turns out to be a hit.
The hits.
I've
Yep.
seen games they're gonna say this game is gonna be a hit and it's actually trash. So I
Trash.
can't predict what people actually likes and plays.
Mm-hmm.
So at
Yep.
least I'm gonna give and plus Bungie is behind the name. Bungie still is Bungie. They are the creators of Halo. They are the creators of Destiny. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. All right.
Yep.
However, I can't say the same by Ben Studios and Media Molecule.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dreams, really? I mean, Dreams came out. It was a passion project, but for
Mm-hmm.
fuck's sakes, man, people had to come on to make their own Banjo Kazooie in that game for people to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the Ben? I'm sorry, you made Days Gone. A lot of people like Days Gone. You got your multiplayer project canceled. I don't know what you're doing right now,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like Blue Point. I don't think they weren't doing anything.
Well, they were
But
not. I
but
mean,
I but they weren't producing what Sony wants. Money. That's
money.
what
Yep.
these companies want. Money. So I don't
Money.
know. I don't know.
Money.
And what else PlayStation has? Like we know the last Naughty Dog needed to make money,
Mm-hmm.
so they
Mm-hmm.
were doing a bunch of remasters and remakes,
They
and
even
they
made a.
got
They
and they
even made
got
it.
that.
They even sent you out a book for you to read the
Yeah.
whole script
So
for. I was
at
like,
least
oh
they were
God.
finding ways to make money,
But yep.
right?
Yep.
Sony Santa Monica just dropped, at least dropped a dog ass game, but they dropped one, and
Mm-hmm.
they're promising three remakes at least. Who's gonna say no to God of War? Like, who
Mm-hmm.
producer or somebody's gonna say no? Let's not make a God of War. No, so they're safe on that one. At least they got an IP that people are excited for, even some bots, and I include myself. I think the only IP that is worth for them on PlayStation is God of War.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna lie on that one. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody else, what are you doing? Well, okay, you got Wolverine, great IP,
Wolverine.
lucky motherfuckers.
Oh,
See if that game is gonna be good. I don't know. Hopefully it is because I don't want to see a great studio
Insomniac.
like
Wow.
Insomniac shut down.
Ooh, that would
But
suck. That would really suck.
but if Herman Holtz needs the survival of a studio of the company and close it down, well, tough luck,
Tough luck.
huh?
That that's tough luck. Yeah, I wonder because listen, after this reaction, I mean, I know the PS community is pissed off with this reaction. I wonder how that Horizon is going to go because right now they're going to go against the
No,
Hosts.
ain't this funny?
They're
Herman
against
Holtz and
Hosts.
baby Gorilla Games
Uh oh. Uh
is
oh.
the one like very look. If there's nepotism in this in something, it is fucking Gorilla, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That redheaded bitch, like they're making her a bigger deal than she actually is.
I
And,
know.
she's selling copies. A lot of it is
I
padded because
know.
they're selling it in bundles. But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
like, who is in love with this redheaded ginger? For the love of God, I swear to
Mm-hmm.
God, it's like they're pushing Lego on her. They're pushing a TV series that is still, I don't know if it's being
I,
cast yet.
I even
They're
said
pushing,
I even said like for the God of War Sons of Spartans, it would have been better to have a Lego God of War. At least it would have been funny. But that was my that was my
but
take.
please no. Uh, they're pushing two games as a service games with the redheaded crazy little lunatic, and now they're pushing. Oh, of course I expect they're making Horizon 3 at some point.
Oh,
So Herman Holtz's baby is really being pushed.
yep.
It's like there's a lot of favoritism and nepotism happening on Sony, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
it's Sony.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones. They're the perfect student. They're the perfect company out there. So you can't be complaining. You can't be.
Ah, mm-hmm. The perfect company, right? But like I said, Joey, because that's another thing though, because they seem to forget, and this is the funny part. I don't know what's going on with those fanboys. They seem to forget. Sony's a big ass company. They got TVs. They got
Huge.
cameras.
No, they don't have. They don't have
They got
TVs anymore.
movies, which we all know what happened this gen when it comes down to movies. I mean, if you look from 2020 till now, we all know what happened though with the movie section, right? Hold on. Sorry about that, chat.
Bless you.
So what I'm saying is about this. Remember, they had Morpheus failed. They had
What's that?
is it Morpheus or Morbius? I
What
forgot
is
the name
that?
of that vampire movie they made.
Oh,
Remember?
Morbius. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They had Morbius that failed. They have Craven the Hunter that failed. They had Venom that failed. I mean, I could keep on going. I mean, Venom was a failure though. They had
Was it though? Failure. Are bad movies that actually people watch.
I know they're
I don't
bad
know.
movies that people watch them, but you know what I mean by failed. They just didn't make them enough money. They
Mhm.
had what's the last one that they had that I was just laughing? Craven the Hunter is another one that was like, oh god. So here's the thing though. So what do you think that happens if they don't bring that cash in? And you got something over here that is bringing the cash. What do you think is gonna
Madam
happen?
Web.
Madam
Madam
Web,
Web.
yeah, man.
Oh
Oh
my
god,
god.
that has gotta. Oh my god, I don't even want to get to that one. Holy smokes, what a
I'm gonna get probably gonna get smoke at this, but I don't
Madam Web.
think I don't think the live action Spider-Man movie. What was it called?
Oh, the last one, Spider-Man Come Home or something like that, or I think wasn't it the last one when he
Far
invited
from home, away from home,
Far From
no way
Home.
home.
I don't think that
The,
was the last
the,
one though.
the one with, I'm not saying it's the last one, but yeah, it's the last one he made.
Hmm.
For now, the one with Doctor Strange and the other with Tobey
Hmm.
Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Oh, that's the yeah. Okay, that's
I
when he
think
brought.
that movie actually struck more by nostalgia than what that movie actually is, because I remember watching it in the movie theaters, and I was the only one like.
Oh,
I mean, my kids liked it, my brother liked it, a whole bunch of friends liked it, but I was like, let's look past the nostalgia of look at watching these old, like these, not the old, but bringing back the original Spider-Man and Andrew and the villains.
Hmm.
Let's
Hmm.
look past that and look at the story. I think this story is absolute dog shit. The plot is ridiculous,
Hmm.
and and okay, yes, it made $2 billion. That's fine.
Two
I don't think that.
billion.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think that movie is actually good.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so like I'm saying this, like, where do you think they're gonna get the money to recover from to pay for all that stuff that they lost money on? I mean,
They just did
seriously,
it. They just did it.
yeah.
They closed Bluepoint.
They closed
That's a tax
Bluepoint.
write. That's a
That's it.
tax write off. Boom. They got
That's
their
that's
money
right
back.
again. They got their money back, and that's the whole thing, though. I mean, this is what these guys don't understand how companies do work, and why do they close studios? Why do they do this? Why don't they fund that? What happens with this? And at the end of the day, it's because of this. I said it earlier, and I'll say this again. It's time for you guys to look at your backyard instead of looking at Xbox. While you all focus on Xbox and not looking at your backyard, this is what happens. It's time for you guys to say, okay, let's ramp it up. Let's go purchase. Let's get the PlayStation fanboys to purchase at least 4 or 5 million copies of Demon Souls. All this stuff. Because listen, that's what y'all got to do with it. You got to start buying your games. You got to start playing your games instead of going to social media to war. Instead of going out there talking the shit you got to talk about. Because here over here on Xbox, you know what we do? We might war or not, but at the end of the day, we turn on that console, we play games. Well, what do you guys do though? And we keep asking that same old question. What is that you all do besides console war all the time? Or going onto YouTube channels, insulting people, thinking you're the man, or doing what you gotta do? Shit. Start playing your games. Start doing stuff you have to do on that console. Start getting the people to buy these games because at the end of the day, though, this is what's happening. You're not getting the attention.
This,
And
Louis, this is the reality of the situation
yeah,
for everybody. And Nintendo, I'm gonna even call out Nintendo here
go
too.
for it.
But let's talk about everybody else.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Is this
Go
the
for it.
reality of the situation? Is this, if you don't make money, we can't sustain you anymore. We
Nope.
gotta shut you down. Period.
Mm-hmm. Period.
That's with Ubisoft. That's with EA. That's with Take Two. That's with Sony. That's with Xbox. That's with THQ. That's with fucking Devolver. That's with all of these studios. All
Mm-hmm.
right, they can't
Mm-hmm.
sustain you anymore. It's not like the back in the early PS4 era and 360 era that the projects weren't that expensive, salaries weren't that expensive, R&D wasn't that expensive,
Expensive.
and
Mm-hmm.
and a few copies of a game and a lot of copies of another game could sustain an entire company. That's not the
Remember,
reality we live anymore. That
remember
is
what
not.
Sean? Remember what Layden said the other day? He said, "Back in the day, we all had sports cars. Now we don't."
Everything has gone up, Louis.
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
everything.
Everything has gone up. It's not the same thing as it
Louis,
was.
I
Oh,
just last night
yeah.
I took a break from work. I went to the store. A bag of chips and something to drink was almost $6.
Holy shit. Let me see here. Bag of chips and that's $2. It's still two. It's
Yeah,
$2.
I got a bag of chips. I
Yeah.
bought some crawfish is from Japan.
Yeah.
Crawfish lays. It's
Mm-hmm.
275.
Yeah.
An
Mm-hmm.
Arizona iced tea, which is not $1 here in Panama, it's $1.50.
Mm-hmm. Dollar
And a
fifty. Yeah.
Reese's peanut butter cups. 3 items.
3 items. Uh-huh. Keep going.
Six something.
Take something. Yeah. Keep going.
Back in the day, that would be like $2. That would be like $2. Things are
Like two
expensive.
bucks. Yeah, they
Now,
are. Not expensive.
now imagine a company. A company back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
I remember, and I saw this. It was a bonus round, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it was a bonus round interview
Or
with Jeff Keighley
oh.
when he was on Game Trailers.
Oh.
He was interviewing
Jeff Keighley.
somebody from Sony,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if it's Naughty Dog or somebody. That guy said back then, in the PS3 era, he was worried about gaming budgets, and he said this project is costing us right now around sorry, 30 to 50 million dollars, and that is
30 to
expensive.
$50 billion.
Million.
Oh, million. Okay, okay, okay.
That was back then.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if this continues, he's worried that eventually in the future they're able to make these AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, what, 15 years later, now you got projects that are costing a minimum of $100 million.
That's what I call them. Avatar. I call these the Avatar projects. You know, like an Avatar movie. Because when you sit down and look at Avatar, Avatar back in the day, 2000, cost $400 million to make.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
Those are medium sized
that
packs.
pack 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a regular pack of chips
mm-hmm,
is like 85 cents,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
or like
mm-hmm.
a really a small size, like the
Yeah,
small one. This
yeah,
one is a medium size. It was like
mm-hmm,
275 because it's an import, right?
yeah.
I could buy cheaper ones, but I'm just saying. Even I was like, God damn. Yeah, last night I'm like, God damn, that much
Uh,
just for three items. But anyway, that's not the point. Point is, we're not in a reality no more where
some
they
big
can
chips.
write off Parappa the Rapper that didn't
Mm-hmm.
sell jack shit,
Exactly.
but fucking I don't know, uh they can sustain themselves by Final Fantasy.
Oh, Bobby.
Yeah, I can hear the bird from here,
Yeah, it's
right?
Bobby. Bobby the bird. He
It's
comes
not
by
the
every
same
time
no
there's
more.
PlayStation bad PlayStation news. What's up, Bobby?
It's not the same no more. It's not the same. So these companies, as
Mm-hmm.
holy that you think they are, as holy that you think PlayStation can cure cancer and every game makes you a better dad or makes you a better lesbian, I don't care. If you don't make money, they're gonna close your ass down. And that's unfortunately because now finances has taken over art,
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's
and
true.
that's unfortunate. It's
Mm-hmm.
really like love like Big Money always says, so emotionally damning, and exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sucks that now
Mm-hmm.
these studios can't look. As much as I love Double Fine, I love you, man,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how long you can be doing these weird ass projects without making
Mm-hmm.
money. I don't know. Maybe you are making money. Maybe I'm the one because I don't see your numbers. At least because we know from Jess Gordon, at least we know Ninja Theory is actually profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow they're profitable. So I'm just saying, Microsoft has been trimming the fat little by little, firing people to the point that now everybody's making money, and they're still minus, right? It doesn't mean they're not profitable. They just made less money last year. Sony over here is the same situation. They just caught a Bluepoint.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that's not going to happen again. So the reality change. That God of War remake better sell a lot of copies. The next, no, fuck that. I don't. I think God of War is gonna be safe. Intergalactic better be a commercial fucking hit. Okay, that shit better sell gangbusters because I know one studio that actually bleeds money, and that's fucking Naughty Dog. That studio looks like it bleeds money, but it makes money.
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't Rockstar. Let's keep it real. You're not
Mm-hmm.
Rockstar.
No,
Rockstar is
okay.
the only motherfuckers out there that is guaranteed money. GTA is the only video game in history, I think, that is actually guaranteed
Mm-hmm.
money or return on investment.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is not in that boat, Louis.
Oh, nah.
So
No.
I'm just saying, the world changed. The world changed, and console sales doesn't mean jack shit because
Exactly.
it
That's
didn't
the
sell
whole
blue.
thing.
It
It
didn't
didn't
say
say
blue.
nothing. It didn't
It didn't
say
say blue.
blue, and that's the whole point. Because here's the thing, though, they don't understand. I keep telling them. Why do you think, like, for example, why are you guys cheering for this stuff? Because at the end of the day, I don't understand your cheer. You're not making cash from this. You're not getting anything back. The only thing you're getting back is I'm stroking my ego, all happy because hey, I have 92 million console sales, right, or whatever. That's what you got to say, though.
I'll give you 125 million consoles. I don't give a fuck. I'll give you
Not
that.
exactly. Let's say 125 million, for example. But what does that do for the business, though? Oh, because you guys are on top because of sales, you guys think you're the man. But wait, what is the most important thing of the box, though? What's the most important thing? Why did you buy this box just to say, oh, I sold this much? Well, you didn't sell shit. Sony sold it, not you. So what's the point of you going out there and cheering for this shit? That's the truth. But if the box is not doing what it's supposed to do, then why did you buy it? Because remember, in 2018, It was all about the exclusives. It was everything exclusive, exclusive, exclusive. And the word exclusive was all over the place. But now you got a third party show, which me and Joey watched, and we were just laughing because listen, and the thing is, we even rated it 8 out of 10. That was our rating for the show. But a PlayStation showcase, which we were, adapted to see, was first party games, and we didn't see it. We didn't see it, and that's why we were like, "Oh shit!"
We
This
saw
show
five
sucked.
letter I. We all saw five letter I's. That's what we saw.
That's what we saw. There was
We saw
not that much first
we
party.
saw the first eye, and then the second eye, and
Yeah.
then the two eyes, and then three eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's your God of War announcement. Aye,
Mm-hmm.
aye. I'm like, come on, really, dude? Show at least
Mm-hmm.
something. At least abandon. Show a guy walking. Come on.
Exactly. Show something. Get people hyped. But all they gave you was three eyes, and then they give you the dehydrated God of War. Because look, that's the whole point though. You buy this box to play the exclusive because that's what you taught us. It's not to play games, just to play exclusive because Xbox could have a showcase
No, I
showing
did
you
the same
all
thing,
their.
Louis. We all did the same thing, Louis. We
Yeah,
all
we all
did. I
did. We
bought,
all
I
felt.
bought, I bought the
Yeah.
360 because I saw God of War. I'm like, oh no, not God of War, Gears of War. Oh,
Gears of War, yeah. Oh, yeah,
I'm
of
like, oh.
course.
We
Yeah,
all did the same thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, you know what I mean, Joey? In 2018 is when they started to weaponize that word, and they started to use it because, what's it called? They started to use that word in order to talk bad about Xbox because Xbox did not have exclusives since they had a powerful console. But this gen, what we learned was that exclusives are not as big as they all thought it was because how media pulled it out, on how the fanboys pulled it out, and be like, oh, the exclusives is what matters. It makes the console sells. What really helped the console sell was Call of Duty. We saw that because we saw Jim Bryan fighting all over the world trying to get, this deal not to go through. That's what we saw. And that was the truth, though. No joke. So it's a multi-platform game. That's what made you the money. So what happened to the exclusives, though? And so look, we saw that in the showcase. And again, that was another part of the smell I was going to add to it because I was like, that smell is getting really weird now because heck, why do you do a 60-minute showcase and not what's it called? Not and not give us first party like you guys used to. You guys only give us third party. I was like, it's getting smellier now. Then we see Lin Tao go out there and say in a peaceful way, hey, fuck you. We're charging more money because in order to keep our console sales going. That's what you did. That's what you did. And then, you close down
I,
Bluepoint
I I
because,
know she said that, but they haven't done it yet, so I can't kill them for it yet.
oh, they haven't done it yet, but that's going to come soon.
Yeah,
That's
but
going to
how?
come soon.
How?
How? Well, I mean, they can increase the PS5, PS Plus memberships because they were actually talking about a little bit about that last year. That we're actually looking into it to do it because this was a last year news. I read about it last year. I mean, I saw it and I read about it that they were looking into it, and now this gen they're actually going to try to enforce it though. When we don't know because look, this year, Joey, like I said, it's been a weird year to gaming. This is like the weirdest year of them all, besides the weirdest generation of them all,
I
right?
think, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
and this is just me.
Hmm.
I think
And of course,
somebody's.
eighty
I
dollar
think.
increase.
Hey, here you go. I think
Huh.
somebody's about to jump the gun to $80,
Yep, somebody's about to do that
and
too
I
because that's
would
it.
not be surprised if
Mm-hmm.
it's Wolverine,
Uh oh. Uh oh.
because I think Wolverine would be one of those games that people will be like, "All right, I accept that going to $80
Mm-hmm.
because it's fucking Wolverine."
Yep.
And I'm not
It's
saying Xbox
Wolverine.
doesn't do shit like that because they tried it with Avowed, which was a bad game to do that. Let's keep it real. But they kind of did it with Forza Horizon 6
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because Forza Horizon the premium edition is $125.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be $100.
125 is it? No, I think it's 130, isn't it? 130.
It's 100 something. It's high.
If you
I'm not
think
saying
that
Xbox is
given
not.
the.
I'm not saying Xbox is not doing it either. They are, but I think the $80 Nintendo already has it. Nintendo already has it with Mario
Mhm,
Kart, and they're selling. But
mhm.
who's gonna buy a Switch without a Mario Kart? That's like whoever plays Nintendo games, Mario Kart is a must-have game. It doesn't matter who you are, and in the Nintendo world, Mario Kart is one of those games that you always must have. Dime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Hi.
That's
Wait,
good.
hold on.
I go for it. Go for it. Go for it. All right. So let me.
Go.
Oh, you're back. Okay. Okay. I thought you were gonna go.
Sorry,
Uh,
my wife. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, anyway. So
keep going. Keep going.
I think Wolverine might be the first one to go $80. I know they haven't said anything. I know there's no hints about it, but that comment that she said that they're gonna find a ways to keep the console sales, to not raise the price on the consoles. They're gonna find ways to monetize their existing customers. How would you do that? PS Plus, PS
Mm-hmm.
Plus, PS Plus services going up, which I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if a lot of people are gonna. I'm not gonna say they're not gonna fight back, but I'm saying like a lot of people's not gonna give a fuck about that because I know PS Plus is not as popular as Game Pass. That's one. Two. Uh, maybe more. What games as a service do they have? Unless they're gonna raise the prices on the mic or be more aggressive with the microtransactions in MLB the Show, on Gran Turismo and Marathon. Maybe that's another one. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if they're gonna do that, but those are games as a services. You might be more aggressive when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Hmm.
the more sure the bet that it looks like it's gonna be more certain is raise the prices to $80. But what other game can you do that outside of GTA game, which out of GTA 6? And that's Wolverine. I think Wolverine is a big enough IP,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and there's a lot of hype behind that game. You gotta include my fellow bots. I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm a bot, and I'm a DC fan. Wolverine is cool and all, but I'm not gonna die myself over Wolverine or the X-Men. As much as I respect those comic books, because they're great comic books,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go out there and buy a PlayStation to buy Wolverine.
To buy Wolverine.
But
Yeah.
I know Louis and Dirt
Hmm.
and
Who?
you bots that have PlayStation
What?
are gonna play fucking Wolverine. Don't lie to me.
Well, I got a funny story though. I actually
And
know.
I know Boom is looking forward to Wolverine, and a lot of people are looking forward to Wolverine because it's
You know.
fucking Wolverine. Let's keep it real.
Can I be honest with you, Joey? I do not know why, but I'm being honest though. For what I saw in the trailer, they got to do more convincing for me to go ahead and say, okay, this is a day
I
one
don't like the
purchase.
actor.
That's the thing, though. I got to see more about it in order for me to be like, okay, because listen, if it was Batman,
Oh,
Batman,
Batman's my boy.
Batman's
It's
my boy too. I love Batman
Batman's
games.
my
But
boy.
Wolverine, though, like, look, for me, I don't know if you remember back in the day, the X Men Origins Wolverine. It was a good game, great game. It was fun. But for
Yeah.
me, it wasn't like it's Batman. I bought it because heck, it's Wolverine. It was a fun game, hacking and slashing, tearing it up, ripping heads off. But it's Wolverine. But I like if you ask me like what superhero do I like the most? Like for example, I love more Batman than Wolverine itself. And Joey, like I said, funny story though. My I had my cousin's husband. He broke his leg, so I said, "Here, have the PlayStation," because he couldn't go out. So I said, "Here, have the PlayStation and play games." I mean, he still has the PlayStation. I totally forgot that thing was he still has it until we bring up PlayStation discussion. Like, oh man, he still had the PS5. I have to go get it. But I'm not gonna waste gas on getting that. Screw that. Leave it over there.
Look,
He's using it though, so yeah, at least he's burning up. What's it called? He's actually trying to get the liquid metal to work though.
listen, Louis.
Yeah,
I always said this. Like, if I ever open a video game studio,
yeah,
now even though now having the idea is kind of crazy with the AI stuff, but
yeah. All
I
right.
always said that if I ever open a video game studio, I would
Yeah.
never make video game studio to make console and PC games.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to straight to mobile
Mobile, yeah.
because it seems like a better financial decision to make. However, I always said this. I always imagine in my crazy mind in my travels when I'm driving or when I'm doing something. Or in my crazy mind, sometimes you're just like imagining stories in your head and whatever. I always imagine if I ever do a game studio, I always think that a sustainable business will be, hold on, I need a game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In the game.
Now you did
I
this.
know. I don't know what the heck is going on today. Like allergies all over the. What's happening? Why do I have all these allergies? I think I'm coming down with a cold or
Sorry,
something.
excuse me.
Sorry, Chad. Sorry. We're sneezy. We're coughing. I
Uh,
don't know what's going on.
I always thought that I think that the better way to make sustainable video game studio is to have one game that is like
Mhm.
that brings in the bread, right?
Mhm.
Like make a mobile gotcha game that is always making reoccurrent monthly income for the studio, and with that, fund a AAA or double A or indie game. I
Mhm.
think that's the best solution for a lot of these studios. You have to make one game that always brings money, that sustains your studio, and with that, you can produce other games. Now, if you
Mhm.
look at the whole gamut of everybody, right now, Sony depends on third party studios for those reoccurrent revenue games.
Mhm.
I don't know how much money Gran Turismo brings in, and I don't know how many content it brings in,
Mhm.
but
That's another one though. I mean, why isn't Gran Turismo like
it's a
another?
gas game. It's a gas game, so I
It's a
don't know how
gas
much
game. I
money it brings.
don't. Yeah,
And
because
I
I
know
mean, it
that
should be
but Gran
everywhere.
Turismo is the only like out there.
No,
Forza Motorsport did
that's
not
the
make
biggest
it.
franchise.
Forza Motorsport did not make
Not
it.
make it, of
Let's
course.
keep it
We know
real.
why. Let's keep it real. We know
So of
why.
course they're making money out of it.
Hmm.
Helldivers, of course, is making money for
Money, and
Sony
yep, it
because
is.
they're
They're doing a good
pumping
job
out.
with that one.
If you open Helldivers, you look at the store. There's a lot of content to buy. There's
Hmm.
expansions. There's new planets. So people are
Yep.
going in buying their stuff. That's good.
Hmm.
Uh, you got Destiny, but Destiny kind of died out because
Destiny.
you bought Destiny after the expansions and all the hype. So I don't know how much
But
money Destiny's bringing in.
I
So,
remember
but
read it. I remember speaking of Destiny. I remember I read an article, and we read it on here too on the show, and they were talking about that
yeah, they weren't making shit.
Instead of Sony picking up budget, they should have picked up like a mobile company for that was even cheaper,
Yes.
and that could have brought in at least 5 or 6 million, a
Yeah,
billion.
bro, that's
Yeah,
my point. That's actually
yeah.
my point. My point
Yeah.
is Sony right now.
Hmm.
You okay? Yeah, yes, fine. That's fine. They're selling more consoles than Xbox. They're number one. That's fine.
Hmm. Yeah.
However, I will not put it past them right now that they're higher ups are actually a little bit jealous of Xbox by having these reoccurring revenue games plus Game Pass.
Plus
I
Game
don't care
Pass.
how much you want to make fun of Game Pass.
Hmm.
Game Pass has 30 million subscribers at 30 fucking dollars.
Hmm.
They said it a year ago that that shit makes $5 billion in revenue,
The
and
revenue.
they spend around a billion only
Hmm.
and putting games into the service.
Hmm.
That maybe have gone up a little bit
Yeah.
because those information all came from Jess Gordon. He said
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
makes no. Sarah said it made 5 billion in revenue. However, Jezza
Hmm.
said that they are spending at least $1 billion in
Yep.
content for Game Pass.
Hmm.
The rest is going to what? The rest of the 4 billion is doing what? Paying for infrastructure. And I know this is true. Even though they are under Microsoft, Xbox do has to pay Azure and these services.
Hmm.
Microsoft makes their own companies pay for their own services. That's why
Hmm.
they still make money. All right, maybe they get it on a discount. I don't know, but they have to pay for infrastructure and a
Yeah.
bunch of salaries and things like that. So that could be an extra billion and a half.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Xbox Game Pass is profitable, right?
Yep.
I don't know if PS Plus is actually doing that. I don't know. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying I don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't
I
know.
know they don't have a Minecraft. They don't have a Call of Duty.
No,
They
no.
don't have a Forza Horizon 5 that's still making fucking revenue,
Hmm.
right?
So is it?
They don't have these bang games as a service. They don't have Diablo Immortal. They don't have those
Yeah,
games.
they don't have Diablo
So you
4, Diablo
can't
2.
tell me,
Yep.
you can't tell me that Sony is not looking at the business model that Xbox is doing because they said it in that
Hmm.
fucking email that they're looking at different strategies to evolve into the future, whatever the words they used. You
Hmm. The
can't
words they use,
tell
not us.
me you can't tell me that Xbox putting games on PlayStation is not turning heads.
Nope.
You can't
Nope.
tell me that.
Nope.
Sony's looking. They're dropping every single game, either we like it or not, on PlayStation. And I swear to God, if Demon Souls would have dropped in PC on Xbox,
Hmm.
Demon Souls at least would have had 5 million copies sold. And
Exactly. At least or six, or not only an Xbox PC
I'm
too.
low bowling it.
Hmm.
For 5 million copies sold, Bluepoint would have been alive today.
Hmm. Hmm. It would have been alive today. That's what I'm saying,
And
though.
I
So,
don't care what you guys say. Console sales is not enough because
nope.
if console sales would have been enough, Bluepoint would have been
Point would
alive
be
and PC
live.
games would not
Fine.
exist. Every
Exactly. That is
fuck with
some.
these cars.
That is something that I keep on saying because look. I know here's something that they don't understand. I keep on saying it, right? I had a conversation yesterday about people telling me Xbox lost their identity. I would say, how did they lose their identity? Because they gave up. They decided to throw exclusives over there. I said, bro, are you actually seeing what's going on out there? Because here's the thing, though, chat, and this is why I keep telling you this and keep on bringing it up. If you go out there, you read the room when it comes down to all these companies. There's only like probably out of the big major companies that we know that make video games and have done fantastic. I think it's Capcom that's doing well. I don't know which one's another one. I know there's Capcom and there's probably like two more probably so out there is doing really well when it comes down to video games, right? Oh, Nintendo, you gotta add Nintendo. There's two. But when it comes down to Ubisoft, when it comes down to Embracer, when Embracer's the biggest, one of the biggest development teams out there. Why? How do we know? Because they pretty much have everything. They have
Hold on,
everything.
hold on, Louis. You could tell. That's
Yeah,
why I fucking hate media.
yeah.
36 minutes ago, Insider Gaming. Guess what tweet he just dropped?
What did he drop? What did he say?
The whole yesterday was all about fuck Sony, right?
Yeah. What's this today?
What did Insider Gaming just tweet 36 minutes ago?
Okay. What did they say?
PlayStation 5 was the best selling hardware in January 2026.
Of
Who
course.
gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck about that? We don't give a shit about that right now. Right now, we're talking about something that's happened, and you know
Really?
what? And
They're
that's the
back.
thing.
They're back to
Back
fucking
to
console
yeah,
sales.
they're back to that instead of tackling. Because here's the thing, though, they're not tackling down the main issue. Because listen, I always say this: console sales is not the main source. That's what media made you believe. That's what PlayStation made you believe, and you guys were acting out there looking at that stuff. And not besides looking at that, you were looking at the wrong yard. You were looking at Xbox. What Xbox, you suck. Why are you doing this and all this stuff? But we were warning you. We kept on telling you, look at your own yard. Your own yard ain't looking good. How do we know this? Well, it all started with the TCL. I said, this is weird. It all started with this area. This is getting worse. We're gonna charge you more money. Oh, now because the Blue Point goes down, y'all wake up. Now you're waking up, and we warned you all for like the last I don't know how many years. This is not the same PlayStation. When y'all saw those remakes, remasters, remakes coming out from Naughty Dog, which that game did not deserve a remake or remaster. Why? When y'all saw Spider-Man getting a remaster, when y'all saw all this stuff happening, y'all didn't say shit. Instead of saying, Sony, what's going on? What's up with the remakes, remasters? When you got Last of Us 20 times already remade, book, a toilet paper, shit, you got so much stuff with Last of Us. It's not even funny. They even, in the Last of Us 2 game, they even changed the order of the game for you to play. And you guys did not take hints because you guys were so busy, distracted, to tackling down Xbox and your console sales, you totally forgot to look at your yard. And now you're looking at it. Now y'all woke up because of Bluepoint. Wow. And that is something y'all should always focus on. So always focus on your own backyard because we focus on our own backyard. We have this year alone when it came down to the finance on Xbox, they were down bad because all of us were pissed off. We weren't happy with the price hike. It's okay. We at least told them, hey, we're not happy. And now there's a rumor swirling around, and I don't know if it's going to come true. Remember, take it as a grain of salt. They're looking at tier options because they knew they messed up with the tiers. They messed up with that. They knew it by charging you $30. So now they're looking for options.
Xbox with his and this podcast should not be about Xbox. We trash on Xbox way too much in the
Yeah,
year and the months for
yeah.
we
So
to do
we
this.
should we should
This
we should,
this
we
show
should
should
turn to
be solely on
PlayStation.
PlayStation. However,
Exactly.
for the love of fucking God, Xbox, like Phil, whoever's in behind, for the love of God, fix your
Mhm.
naming conventions, bro.
Yeah,
Like yeah,
yeah.
like 2 days ago, I had this conversation with my buddy Joel or Spanish
Mm-hmm,
Joel.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He has an Xbox. He's like, Joe, what's the difference between
Yeah,
Ultimate and Premium?
yeah,
I'm like, what are you talking about? I only pay for Ultimate, right?
yeah.
And I forgot there was an Xbox Game Pass Essential,
We
Premium.
forgot about that too.
And it's like, what's the difference between Premium and Ultimate? I'm like,
Mm.
Ultimate is the biggest one. Then why the other one is called Premium? And I started thinking about it. I'm like,
Oh, wow,
ah,
wow.
you got a fucking point there,
Yeah,
because for some
exactly.
people, Premium sounds more luxurious and more
Mm-hmm,
than
mm-hmm,
fucking Ultimate.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Even though Ultimate means the ultimate, the last one, the only one,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep, the only one.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, you're kind of right. And then I started. Then I'm like, you know what, Microsoft, for fuck's sakes, how about you go back
Mm-hmm.
to what Xbox Live
Also, mhm.
naming convention was, which you got Xbox Live or you got the silver or the gold. Go back to that shit. Like people
Mhm.
understand bronze, silver, and gold.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
he had a conversation like, what's the difference between ultimate and fucking premium? I'm like, oh shit.
Yep. Yep.
I forgot like I was like, what does premium give you actually? I didn't forget. I said, you know what? Just pay for ultimate. But what is $30 though? I'm like, I know, but I don't play on PC. Then get the premium. But I don't
Yes.
get day one. That was a whole conversation
Yep.
because he
Yep.
wanted to play the game that just dropped it and on ultimate. Fuck, what was it?
Uh,
Everybody's like, oh shit, it just dropped. What was it?
the game that just dropped in Ultimate, you say?
Yeah.
Ooh, what was
Kingdom
it?
Comes Deliverance.
Kingdom Come 2,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a big fan of the first one.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the chance to buy the second one yet. He didn't.
Uh,
I think he didn't even know it existed. He's kind of those people like he's in gaming, but he's not really in gaming. You understand?
Like he doesn't
Oh, the
follow
new.
it doesn't follow the trends. That's what you mean. Doesn't follow the gaming trends as we do. Yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah. Believe me,
Yeah.
that's true, Juve. That the High in Life is the other one, but
I
he
know,
wasn't talking about
yeah.
that. He was actually thinking of Kingdom of Deliverance, which is crazy. Um. Uh. The naming convention of Sony is actually weird. Also, so they got to fix that shit. But moving back
Mm-hmm.
to my point. What was
Mm-hmm.
my point anyway? Fuck that point. Well, keep on talking, Louis. I forgot what I was about to say.
Oh shoot! Ubase says Pony Media always running to the stables to avoid talking bad about PlayStation shortcomings. Oh god, Microsoft is playing chess, no checkers with Sony. They're not the opponents. They've also been losing customers. They lost 4 million customers in 1 month. They stopped reporting numbers. Who's that, Sapo? We talking about right there. Sony selling their TV division and shutting down studios. What the heck is going on in Poland? You know what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on is that they are so focused on going out there trolling Xbox and not even looking at the backyard. I keep saying you got to start looking. That's what they do. And look, Joey mentioned something funny. Said, this shouldn't be an Xbox channel. This is a PlayStation channel. But at the end of the day, Joey, we're gonna become an Xbox channel because we're gonna. If you're a PlayStation channel, we got
No,
nothing
no,
else to do to trash
no,
Xbox
no.
though.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. I'm gonna say channel. I said chat.
Oh, chat,
Chat.
chat.
The
Oh,
chat
chat.
space would be solely
Yeah,
on PlayStation because
yeah,
they should
exactly.
smoke. Xbox gets to smoke every week.
Submit every week for nothing. While they're putting out games, while they're doing some stuff, like I said, look, if they price hike, get the smoke. If they do another thing that's bad, get the smoke. But it's every week they always gotta find something for them to get the smoke about. And
Oh,
that's and
Louis,
that's and that's the area that's just I'm like, okay, what happened? What you find?
Louis.
What you
Check this
find? What you find? Uh-oh.
out. Charlie Intel just dropped again.
Uh-oh.
Their
Uh-oh.
monthly because apparently people are dropping their monthly now.
Yeah, the monthly. Yeah.
The monthly numbers like
Yeah.
January 2026 top 20 best selling games, physical and full digital from Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, and Xbox platform.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that list have changed something from the past? I don't know years on that
Let me
list.
go look for
Who do
it.
you
Let me
think
go
is good?
find it.
Who do you think is? No, I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you who's getting number one.
What is
Number
it?
one is the worst game in history.
Which
Call
one?
of Duty Black Ops. It's the
Wait,
best.
Black Ops 7 ramped up? Oh.
Black
Oh.
Ops 7 is the most sold game in January 2026. All right.
Wow.
Number two is NBA 2K26. With okay, and this is all three platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Again, who's number four? Madden NFL 26. Who's
Oh,
number
five.
who no, no, I'm sorry, my bad because there's two numbers. Where the last rank was and where is it now? My
Yeah.
bad. I was
Yeah.
reading the wrong
That's
ranking. So
yeah, I
Call of
do.
Duty is one.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty is one.
One, yeah.
It was number one last month.
Mm-hmm.
NBA 2K26 was number two,
Two.
and it
Mm-hmm.
was in number two last month. Madden
Mm-hmm.
NFL was number four. Now is number three this
Three
month.
this month, yeah.
This one is surprising.
That's
Number four
surprising.
is Minecraft. Mine,
Again.
Minecraft was number eight. It jumped from eight to
To
fucking
four. Four. Yeah.
Shout out to Battlefield 6. It's
Yep.
still in the top five. However, it dropped from number three to
Three to
number five.
five. Yep. There you go. Keep going.
Numbers now let's go. Number six is fucking FIFA. EFC 26.
Mm-hmm.
Number seven, for the love of God.
Grand
From
Theft Auto.
12 to 7, GTA 5 again.
Again.
What the
Yes.
fucking fuck?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Number eight,
Red Dead Redemption
number
2.
eight jumped from 15 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
Dread Dead Redemption 2. And I'm guessing that has to do with the HD or the patch that they did for consoles and things like that. I think they did a patch.
Did they actually drop a patch?
Oh no, I went to PC. I think they went to PC. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Something I don't know. Something happened recently with it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
number eight.
Yeah, I'm reading the list too.
Shout out to fucking Final Fantasy VII
Seven
that was in,
remake. Wow.
that it was in position
10 and
225
25.
last month.
Yep.
It was in position 225
Mm-hmm.
last
Mm-hmm.
month. Now, thanks to the release on Nintendo Switch and Xbox, it jumped to
Yeah, yeah.
number 9. So shut
Yep.
the fuck up that game did not sell on
Ex-
Xbox on Nintendo.
exactly.
You
Shut the
fucking
hell up.
number 10. Number 10
Forza
jumped
Horizon.
jumped from 14 to 10. Forza Horizon 5. I haven't mentioned one Sony game yet, you
No,
motherfuckers.
no, you have not. Oh, here we go.
Cold Vein is a new game and it's a number 11. And now, finally,
Mm-hmm.
your greatest hits. The
Mm-hmm.
whole of Yote is number 12.
Number 12. It was in
Shout out,
10, now it's in 12.
shout
Wow.
out to Kingdom Come Deliverance is still holding up at number
Yeah.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Another sports fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
Number 14 with EA College Football.
Mm-hmm.
It's on 15. Shout out to Helldivers. They did come
Woohoo.
with a new expansion. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
the robots, it's still holding up. It's still making money. That is good for
Yeah,
them.
that's good for them.
This is surprising. Pokemon
Legends.
number 16.
6 to
It is
16.
it is odd to see a Pokemon game drop
Mm-hmm.
be so low for the IP that they have, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Split Fiction. Wow.
Ah, Split Fiction,
It's
yeah.
that is good. Elden Ring still holding up. Flight Simulator 2024. Hold up. Wait a minute. Flight Simulator. People
Yeah,
bought that
flying.
game.
Yeah.
And Fallout 4.
Keep selling, baby. Keep
Fallout
selling.
4 jumped from number 68
68
to
to
number
20.
20.
And we all know because of the TV show, though.
So
And
let's
all the
read the
hype behind it.
trivia. There's one, right?
One,
One,
two,
two,
two. All right.
three,
Three,
four.
four.
Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Wait, hold on. I'm going through it
Yeah,
again. One,
Minecraft counts. One, two,
two,
three,
three,
four, five
five.
games
Mm-hmm.
from Xbox
Mm-hmm.
in
Five
the
games from
top
Xbox.
20.
Mm-hmm.
5 games out of the top 20.
Mm-hmm. Five games. How much are there in Sony? Two. How much are in Nintendo?
That's
One.
a tiny bit more than a quarter of a games
Mm-hmm.
in your top 20.
In your top 20. And that's and here's the thing though, and I always
22. So you're telling me Sony ain't seeing this shit?
oh they are.
Por favor.
Ooh,
Por
they
favor.
are. They are looking
Por
at this stuff.
Dios. Por Dios. Sony is watching this shit for the love
Of
of God. You know.
course. Yeah, they are. Of course they are. Of course they're watching this. That's why they decided to make work on 12 live service games, which again, I never agreed to that. Do two or three, which would have been good, but they decided to go for 12. This is why they went that route. They did. I mean, they were aiming for the right thing, but doing it the wrong way. And that's the truth. That's what they did. And that's now we got a shutdown of Bluepoint, which really ticked out the fanboys. And of course, me and Joy were out there, kind of laughing, looking at it like, oh, they're mad, they're furious. We finally saw them break. That was the thing we were waiting for them to break. And this was the thing that got them to break. They finally figured out that Sony is not the same company as it was 25 what is it last generation when it comes down to know how things work. It's not the same company. Whether Joe and not only that, the funny thing is Yoshida warned them. Yoshida came around, warned them, and said, "Hey, look, look, if you don't buy these remakes, you're not getting new games. They warned them, but they didn't understand what Yoshida meant, basically. Because at the end of the day, if you did not buy those remakes or remasters, this
No,
is
he
what he
didn't say
meant.
that. He didn't say it like that.
He
Really,
did
come
say it was like
on.
that though. If
He,
you
he said remakes actually print money for them, and if it wasn't for the remakes, they wouldn't be
you
able
think
to
so?
do the
Because
project.
if I
I think
read
I
in the
seen.
news, it said it
I
that
think.
way
I
though.
think I seen that. I think I seen that interview like 15 times.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, you saw the interview though. I think I read it
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a title though.
No, no, no. I saw the interview. He said no, it actually prints money for them, and if you want more projects, support
Yeah.
the remasters, which is a
Well,
good
but yeah, it's
it's a good
basically the
thing.
same thing. Yeah.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter though. It doesn't matter. The
So
point
pretty
is,
much it says here, Sony, former Sony presidents, remasters are vital to fund new games. That's what basically it says though.
mm,
So that's like I said. Like I read a title, I think that was a clickbait title, but at the end of the day, it's kind of true though because if it doesn't get the money in, you know what happens, right?
let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. The
Yep.
biggest company in the world when it comes to video games, the biggest IP in the
Yeah,
world when it comes to video games is Pokemon, right?
yeah, Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon.
That is true. You cannot deny that. When it comes to merch, IP, and money made, is Pokemon.
Everything. Pokemon is
We
rich
know
though.
for a
Rich on
fact
it.
Game Freak is not doing well when it comes to the Pokemon IP. Their
Mm-hmm.
games, the last three games has been dog shit. Let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm. It's real, yeah.
They sell a lot, but perception wise and money wise has been dropping. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for a fact, that Pokemon AZ just literally just dropped out like a few months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and look how low it is for a Pokemon IP.
Yep.
Guess
That's
what
low.
Nintendo just did?
What they do?
They just they just dropped Pokemon Fire green, Fire version and Green versions for Nintendo Switch for $20.
Oh wow.
Games
Wait,
that they know they're gonna print money. So even them, they're like, we're gonna bring an old
wait,
game
wait,
back.
wait, wait, wait. Hold on. I'm about to get
Yeah,
a
I'm about to
brain
buy it.
thing.
To be honest,
Wait, wait. I'm trying. What? Hold on. This cannot be true. They dropped a Pokemon game to $20. They
no,
dropped the
no, they
game.
just dropped the remakes of the Game Boy Advance.
I thought you
Here's the thing.
said.
Here's the thing with
Oh,
Pokemon games.
I know.
They don't. Certain generations are not in. Well, most of the generations of
Yeah.
the past video games are not
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
BC or
Mm-hmm.
in newer generation games. Certain Pokemons that you capture, it's hard to transfer from one generation to another. So sometimes you have a beast of a monster that you turn into like a how level 100 monster over here. You can't transfer it to newer generations.
Mm-hmm.
But today, just right now,
Yeah.
not right now, 5 hours ago, they're dropping Fire Red and Green Leaf to Nintendo Switch. Now, tell me
Wow.
something. If
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon would have been doing so great, why would they do that?
Hmm.
Money, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now let's
Mm-hmm.
criticize fucking Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk shit about Nintendo. The guys that they everybody complains about Xbox not giving numbers. Fucking Nintendo doesn't say jack shit. They just tell you how much they sold, and that's it. They don't tell you how much.
Mm-hmm.
If studios get layoffs, they don't tell you if studios go to shit. They don't tell you nothing.
No, they don't.
I
They
will
won't.
not go past Nintendo. The retro studios disappear. They already shut down a studio, and nobody remembers. The original builders for Metroid Prime 4, remember? They shut them down. They canceled that project. Nobody said jack shit. Came Retro Studios, came out. They made Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. The reception ain't good. And under the Nintendo numbers,
Mm-hmm.
guess what happened?
That's fine.
That game wasn't mentioned because they only mentioned games that sell over 1 million copies. Now, not selling 1 million copies for a first party Nintendo game is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, even fucking Kirby Joyride did 1 million copies because it was mentioned in the report, but it wasn't. But Metroid wasn't.
And kind of funny because in that report, there was a guy out there who wrote something. He and even Judge Gordon tackled it down. This and he made a good point. And it's actually I agree with him 100%. But this time I agree with him what he said. He said this is an industry problem. All of them should get together, to try to grab the attention, from other users. Basically, that's what he said. But the guy had reported that, for example, Tears of the Kingdom, the new Zelda, did not sell as well as Breath of the Wild. It didn't. It didn't sell as well as Breath of the Wild as of now. It just didn't. I mean, that's the guy who wrote the report. He was talking about, like, for example, Last of Us sold 20 million copies. only like 40 to 50% actually sat there, beat the game, and you're like, whoa, only. I'm talking about like numbers from back in the day though, because I know Last of Us sold
I
more, but
I, I know Juve's like Nintendo doesn't really do layoffs. That is true, but at the same time,
uh,
I don't know if that's entirely true because they don't say anything.
they don't say anything.
And you know when
Nintendo kind of keeps things
you
quiet
know when it
though.
comes to Nintendo and its legal team,
Yeah.
they have these people in a chokehold. You can't say jack shit.
Hmm.
So I don't know. You can't tell me nobody's been laid off from Nintendo. I mean, you did shut down the studio for Metroid Prime 4 and you gave it to Retro Studios and nobody said jack shit.
Hmm.
Nobody has still said jack shit.
Give me 1 second
And
because I'm
and I
putting
don't know if
something up.
Retro
Be right back.
Studios will survive. I don't know. I'm just saying they said it a few months ago that it's getting uncomfortable these gaming budgets, and now you're dropping a fucking 25-year-old Nintendo Game Boy Advance game at $20. Somebody that tells me somebody else who needs money. I don't know. I'm just saying. And remember, who's making these chipsets for Nintendo? Nvidia, and Nvidia said no more consumer products. Nintendo must be worried also because their stock prices, remember, dropped also because the whole AI shit. They're thinking about raising prices. So bringing up one of the most beloved Game Boy Advance games in history back to the Nintendo Switch at $20, come on. That's a sign that you know what? I'm not saying they're going third party. I'm just saying, why would they do shit like this? Money. So
I'm
I'm
back.
just
Sorry.
saying. I'm
I'm
just
back.
saying. I'm just saying that these companies gonna do whatever they need to be sustainable, and I think this
Exactly.
and
That's
I
what.
think this sign and having Pokemon back, these old Pokemon's back, tells me a lot of things. Tells me that
Mhm.
they are worried about the hardware situation.
Yep.
They are worried because the chipsets are a problem.
Hmm.
They're partnered with Nvidia that literally said to everybody, "Fuck
Hmm.
consumer products," right?
Because.
And things are getting expensive. Their stock price dropped,
Hmm.
and I'm not saying they're going full third party, but bringing out
But.
old games and selling at $20, that tells me they're looking at a software solution of their problem.
Hmm.
And there's only one IP that can do that shit, and that's Pokemon. And
That's Pokemon.
I'm gonna buy that game.
Oh, Joe's gonna buy a Pokemon. Let's
Yeah, I'm
go.
gonna after this show. I'm going to my daughter's Switch 2, and I'm gonna buy that game.
All
I want to
right.
buy both
The
versions.
the OG Pokemon games. Aw.
They're not the OG ones. Those are the
Oh.
Game Boy Advance ones. They're the
Oh.
remakes from the original OG.
Mm. Nice, nice. But look, Joey. Here's the thing, though. Baby Boy Ray says, "I think they're going third party, right? I think he's talking about PlayStation going third party.
Who's going
Look,
third party?
I think he says talk about like PlayStation going third party. I think he says,
They
or
are third party.
they are a third party. They've been a third party for like since 2020 because like I was telling you a story about someone telling me about Xbox lost their identity. They laid down. They for PlayStation to go ahead and pin them because PlayStation keeps sending their games over there. They keep doing this, and now comes the point where I sat there and I said, okay, here comes the situation though. We have an industry problem right now. You got Ubisoft laid off and all that crap. I think I mentioned this earlier, didn't I? But at the end of the day, though, if Xbox didn't do this, we would have the same problem we're having right now with PlayStation, closing down studios, having these issues. Shit, because it sucks. It sucks when we go out there and read that a studio shuts down. And so even though we're out here to troll, have fun, but it sucks we read that. But at the end of the day, though, if they start sending their stuff everywhere, at least time exclusive, it would have been better because that's what these companies are doing now. I mean, before, remember when they used to hang out with time exclusive, Joey? They grab these exclusives, and like, for example, look at Final Fantasy. How many years did it take for it to come to Xbox or remake? That's how long it took until Square said, "F you, we're out of here." But it took them a while to release, though. It took them a while. We thought that Final Fantasy saying "F you, Sony, we're out of here." We thought like 2 or 3 months later, we're finally gonna get the game for Xbox. But it took them a long time to say, "Hey, here it is." I think it's
Mhm.
all because of the exclusive deals that were signed, though. But at the end of the day, if they don't work together and try to go through this crisis that's happening, because us, the users, have expanded. We've gone to PC. Look what even Joey said this that the Xbox guys have left the console or left Xbox, but they're on PC. Yet they're subscribed to Game Pass, so pretty much still an Xbox, stuff like that. But they have left to other platforms. So how am I going to get the Souls players? How am I going to get the RPG fans? How am I going to do this? Because on PlayStation, seems like there's not that many anymore of RPG fans. There's not that many of Demon Souls fans over there, right? There's not that many. So how are we going to do to attract these players over here? Okay, okay, let's send it to
Whoa, whoa.
PC.
There is a lot of Demon Souls players out
Oh
there.
no, there is a lot of Demon Souls players. But give
No,
me
no,
an example.
there's a huge fan base from Souls games, but
Yeah.
the huge fan base ain't about to buy a freaking new console for one game.
For one, exactly. That's the whole point. Because
And
remember that time that host.
hmm
Remember that time that, that like I think it was the idea like we're gonna keep the games first on the console and then the rest of PC. That gave the fans the idea that it's making the PC guys go ahead and buy a PlayStation. I'm like, bro, PC guys that have a computer are not gonna spend $500 to buy a PlayStation. I'm sorry, that's just not it's not possible. Because at the end of the day, they have the machine here that plays games better, right? It does when it comes down to quality, FPS, and all that shit. Why in the blue hell are they going to go spend $500 on a machine that's lesser than what they have, which they had to pay for PS Plus to play multiplayer games and all that stuff? They're not going to do that. What they'll do is they'll wait because the thing is, they seem to forget that there are so many games out there that people on PC play. And basically, the majority of the PC players, that's the same thing with, as the handheld players. What are they doing right now? They're playing emulators. They're downloading all these games and playing all these old games and just that's what they bought this machine for to play these old ass emulators, not this new games. I'm not joking. I'm seeing it a lot though. I'm seeing them playing old
it's
games more than
happening.
ever.
It's happening to me though. Like
Yeah, it's happening to you. Yeah, it's
I'm
happening to
I'm
everyone.
looking forward to playing old shit
Exactly.
than to the new stuff. I know there's a lot of good new stuff out there. I mean, I finally
Mhm.
last week I'm like, you showed the High on Life thing, and I said, dude, I haven't gone past through that part because it was true. I played it for a second. I was doing the talk show part. There's a talk show moment in the game in the beginning, and I
Mhm.
stopped playing. And
Mhm.
I didn't even know there was a boss fight in the beginning of the game because I wasn't. I finally went past that.
Mhm.
Even though I want to play High on Life, in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, I want to go back to play High on Life. I'm not thinking like that right now. I'm
Mhm.
not thinking about any new game
Mhm.
right now. Going like, dude, I need to play
Mhm.
that. My
Nope.
mind is like, I want to go back to playing old shit. I want to go back to playing Diablo 2. I want to go back to
It's
playing
a
Age of Empires
playing
2.
Age of Vampires.
Old
Yeah.
fucking games. And
Yep.
I'm seeing this Pokemon game going drop, and I thought it was available now. It's not. It's available on the 27th. So I'm like, all right, I gotta wait a few days, which is
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
Um, I'm
And
thinking
that.
about old stuff. I'm not thinking about new stuff, bro.
Yeah. And
And,
that's
and
the thing.
it's not a dig on the new games. I know these new games are great.
Yeah.
There's something about these new games that are not grabbing me, bro. They're not.
Exactly. Exactly. Because that's the thing, though. We're not getting pulled in. So the thing is, though, and that's the truth, though. I mean, a lot of people buying these machines to play old emulator games and all this crap and all that stuff, right? But at the end of the day, though, like if you keep locking your game in a system these days, it's just not going to work because shit. Look what Joey even said. Look at those top 10 games that that the top 20 games that were bought. That's just bought. But if you
They're
go to
all
the
the same
but
shit
if
over and over again.
but if we go to the weekly active users, that's where it gets interesting. You see them play the same game. They're there on PlayStation playing Fortnite, playing GTA and all this stuff. But I've not seen a single player go up there and tackle those guys on the most weekly play games. I have not seen them get there. I see them probably getting in near the top 10. Probably one day I saw them getting in the top five, probably. But then the next month it starts to drop, and then it disappears. It just fades away and it's all gone. Nobody's focused on that game anymore because everybody is playing these multiplayer games.
You,
So
you,
yeah,
there's
gotta get
one
them
thing
everywhere.
that I think there's one thing also when it comes to these.
Yeah,
What I think what Sony needs,
but there's only
even
need.
though there's again, even though they're selling millions and millions of consoles, I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, I get it. Yeah,
I'm not saying they're dying. I'm not saying that. I'm
that's
not
not
saying
bad.
they're dead. I'm not saying.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying that they're looking at the situation and things are changing. And
Mm-hmm.
they will like every other company, more money, right? That's
Joey,
fine.
it's simple. There's 132 million. There's 132 million right now. PlayStation, PS Plus active users, 132 million. Let's do the math. Check this out. It's simple. So let's do the math because of the 92 million. I don't got the 92 million. I'm using this as an example though. I'm not confirming they actually sold to people 92 million consoles. I'm confirming the 92 million as as the number that they have. If there's 132 million, right? There's 132 right now. sitting on PS Plus. You get that minus the 92 million that PS5 sold. There's 40 million
Uh,
PS4 players out there. 40 million in total. If we look at it that way, there's 40 million in total right now.
I
PS4 players out
I
there.
wonder if
So,
Here's the thing.
yeah,
Those 40 million PlayStation 4 players
yeah, what's up?
are doing money.
Of course they are. They're
How
doing
do I
money.
know that? Because they're
Yeah.
not theirs for the new games. They're there
Mm-mm.
for the old
For the
games.
games, yeah.
And those old games are
Hmm.
selling
And,
microtransactions.
yep.
They're selling
Hmm.
expansion battle passes, and they're playing FIFA. They're playing the card games.
Hmm.
If they're yes, Joey, I got the Mouse hairline. That is true. I also have a white patch of hair right here. I don't know if you guys can notice it. You see this right here? This is a white fucking patch of hair. Anyway, um, POSs. um, those PS4 games, like for example, my cousin, he doesn't have a PS5 yet. He
Hmm.
still plays fucking FIFA.
Exactly.
What is he fucking doing? Playing
Exactly.
the fucking Ultimate Team card game,
Hmm.
spending money on that shit.
Hmm.
And it's like, dude,
Yep.
for the love of God,
Exactly.
why don't you buy? I haven't told him to buy a new PlayStation. I didn't say that. But I'm like, I didn't know the FIFA. I thought FIFA was already next gen. No, this motherfucker had the new one on the PS4. I'm like, ah, damn.
Look at EAZ up. He says I'm still on PS4. I got a question, EAZ up, and this is a question. Why haven't
Yeah,
you
but
upgraded
I'm
though?
imagining EAZ.
I'm greedy.
You have at least. I imagine though, like
Yeah.
you have a PC and you have your PS4, or you have a Series X and you have your PS4. Like I
No, but
imagine you still have that.
and I'm happy. There you go. But I got a question. Why haven't you upgraded though?
Unless you're like, no, I'm still old gen. I'm like, all right, cool. But
Okay, cool.
you're still giving money to PlayStation, which is fine.
This is
But my
fine.
point, but my point of all this was, I understand that Sony's making money, but at the same time, let's look at game at like Ghost of Yote.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost of Yote is a one-time buy. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
That's it. Yeah,
One
100%.
time buy.
That's it. One time buy.
Don't you think Sony would rather have you buy the game, but at the same time keep on pumping up money monthly to that same studio? Why do I say this? You sell, let's say, 1 million copies of the game, and that's all you sell. That money, of course, goes to Sony. Now
Mm-hmm.
Sony is like, all right, this is your budget for the next game. If you have reoccurring revenue, and this is the budget for your next game, you got to start pitching for a new game
Mm-hmm.
right away. You got to
Oh
start
yeah.
doing a project immediately. But if you have a game that is reoccurrent and is giving you money monthly, just keep on giving you money and money and money, your publisher will not be that in a hurry for you to make your next game, because
Mm-hmm.
they're telling you, don't worry about it. You're still making money. Take your time to make your next project. You don't have to rush no more. You don't have to rush to make a pitch. What happened to Ben? What happened to Ben? One of these guys said that they were rushing to put pitches and pitches. They all been said no, no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. And that guy, I think, got fired or he quit. He like fuck this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you
Mm-hmm.
have recurring revenue, you can take a little bit of time and thinking about what your next project. If you make a next project. But if you don't have recurring revenue like a gas game like that, then you have to hope that your game sells well enough, and you got to start thinking about your next project right away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem these days, because right away in game development doesn't exist no more.
Mm-hmm.
Games takes time, years to make. I mean, for the love of God, it's been 7 years since the announcement of the Elder Scrolls 6.
Mm-hmm.
7 years, bro. When is
Yes.
that game coming out?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, because that's another thing,
But
though. I
at
mean,
least Bethesda got 76.
mm-hmm.
Think about it. At least they got 76, and that shit is still pumping out money.
Mm-hmm.
So, but here's the other problem: gas games are a problem.
There,
Not,
there are a
not,
problem.
gas games are not doesn't mean a sure hit. Gas games doesn't mean people are gonna stay with it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's pros and cons and everything. Every studio has to be careful. This is the truth. This is not me console war no more. The console business, the video game business, is a fickle business. It's ever
Hmm.
changing. It's complicated, and not everything is a sure bet. So, as a developer, I would be worried about the entire business.
Hmm.
Take care of yourselves. Trying to find sure bets. Trying to find sustainable bets,
Hmm.
and of course, do what's best for you. Forget
Yeah,
about the fanboys. Let's keep it real.
exactly. We
We the
gotta
fanboys,
get it
we
out of
are too loud. We are too loud.
there. Hmm.
We are haters. Social media is a cesspool.
Hmm.
You have data, you have numbers. Read the room. You got to read
Exactly.
the room,
I always tell everybody
but
that.
do what is good for you.
Exactly. And
And
that's the whole point.
I hope you're the best. That's all I can say with every studio that exists. I hope you're the best, because even though you could be you're owned by Microsoft, Microsoft can kick you to the curb.
Exactly.
Even though you're owned by Sony, Sony can kick you to the curb.
Hmm.
Even though you're owned by Take Two, that has GTA, the biggest game in the world,
Yeah.
they can kick you to the curb.
Yep.
Even though
100%.
you can be owned by Tencent, which is the biggest publisher in the world, they can kick you to the curb. As a
Hmm.
human being, take care of yourself, invest well, have
Hmm.
backups,
Yep. And try to get it, like I always say, try to get it everywhere because being locked up in one
and push.
thing,
Yes,
push,
publishers,
push,
Sony Studios. Hope
push.
I don't know if you guys listen to us. I doubt it, but if one of you listen to us, look at the situation.
Hmm.
As a studio, start pushing for more multi-plat opportunities. I'm not
Exactly.
saying go to Xbox. I'm not saying that, but at least go day and day with PC. It gives you a better chance of
Hmm.
survival.
Hmm.
Okay,
That's how it is.
it
Yeah.
gives you a better chance of survival.
Gives you better
And
chance.
internally, Sony Studio should be Sony. Listen, you want money, we want money. You want sports
Of course,
cars, we
you
want
want
sports
sports
cars.
cars. Yep.
But only on PlayStation consoles is not going to cut it. Or we either go day and date with PC, or you got to rethink this whole multi-platform strategy and go to Xbox too.
Hmm.
Because I don't care if Xbox sells only 500,000 copies extra. That's
Hmm.
fucking 500,000 copies extra that you didn't have.
That you didn't have exactly, and that's why I keep saying. Because Joey, look, can you imagine Sony? Let's say tomorrow, send it tomorrow. I think they're not going to announce anything tomorrow because they already they got too
Yeah,
much.
Crackers then remastered.
The fan base is already too pissed off. But can you imagine tomorrow Sony says, "Okay, listen, we decided to port Spider-Man to Xbox." You know how much that Spider-Man is going to sell on Xbox?
Ooh,
Ooh,
I'll buy
oh,
it out of spite.
baby.
I'll buy it
I'll buy
out
it
of
at a
spite.
Spire. I will too. Even though I played it, but I will too, just to piss off people. But at the end of the
Yeah,
day, I will buy it because look, I know in my heart, deep down, that at least it keeps the studio going. That's the whole thing. It keeps it going. It does, and makes them make more Spider-Man games or makes us giving us more Wolverine games and all that
you know
stuff.
how much money? You know how much money Ratchet and Clank will do on the Switch?
Oh my god, it probably would. It probably would. And that's the whole point. I mean, start pushing. Stop being scared. Forget about the fanboys because listen, you know what they all did? They went out there and said, "Fuck you, go to hell." Blah 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 blah. Because that's basically what they do. They just complain, bitch, and this whole identity crap. Get it out the way. Because look, you guys do not have your exclusives corner like Nintendo has because Nintendo has all that stuff squared out. You don't have that. Not if you kind of had it, it's not there anymore. I'm sorry, it's just not there.
Your budgets are out of control, just like
You're,
Xbox budgets.
yeah,
Period.
it's everything is out of control right over there because look, like I said, I smelled something weird coming up, and it finally came out. And man, you shut down Bluepoint. And why did
Which
you buy
nobody
it?
wanted that. I didn't want
What's
that.
that? I didn't want that.
I
Nobody
know
cared.
I
Yeah.
know I was doing the whole bit out in the beginning, the whole
Mhm.
skit about me supporting Herman Holmes and closing these studios. I was doing it out of console war, but under my heart, for real,
Yeah, nobody
I
wanted
want these
that.
studios to go away.
We don't want
Right?
that. You don't
We
want
don't. I
that
don't want
because
that.
at the end of the day, it affects all of us. Because look, I always say, like I said this a couple times when a studio gets shut down, especially a studio that was really good at making remakes. What do you think the other guys are gonna say? Hey, Bluepoint got shut down. They were masters at this, and maybe we should not look at this anymore and look at another way. It does have that effect, my friends. It does.
You
I
know what
mean,
will piss people off, and I think this is gonna happen.
what's gonna happen?
I think Demon Souls is gonna go to PC eventually with Nixes, and people are gonna be pissed about that shit.
Oh, they're gonna be like, "Oh, now you do it after you close down Blue Point." I
Mhm.
imagine all that stuff, but yes, it's a
But
big
that's the thing that I
mess.
don't understand about Sony. Like Sony, do you really worried about these fanboys? You really worried about
Worry
these
about
fucking
them?
fanboys? What is
Exactly.
gonna hurt you? Is it really gonna hurt you if you're gonna put a fucking
Hmm.
10 to 7, 8 year old game on
Hmm.
another platform? Does it
Yeah,
really hurt you
exactly.
that much? Who the
Wow.
fuck is buying Days Gone right now? I want you to tell me who the fuck is buying that game right now?
I don't know. Who's not buying Days Gone? Who's buying Spider Man right now? Who's buying
No, no, I'm gonna let's use the other games that they have. Who the fuck is buying Shadow of the Colossus right now?
nobody?
Who the fuck is buying fucking Demon Souls right now?
Nobody, because it's 2022. It's sat at 2.2 million copies.
Who
It's
who
2022.
the fuck is buying the original? Who the fuck is buying Uncharted right now?
Nobody. They're
They're
not.
not even charting.
And they got their servers up. They got those things pumping in money and all that stuff because, of course, the ones who have it, they probably play the
Again,
multiplayer, but that's pumping in money.
Louis, I
That's
understand. Listen, listen. This happened to me recently, and this is no joke.
yeah,
You see this right here? Oh, my arm. Fuck. Ah,
yeah,
I
you
know.
are. Yeah,
Uh,
the Superman.
Up there, I
Oh,
have statues and Funko Pops and the boxes and the Xbox up here, right?
yeah, up there. Okay, yeah, okay, okay. Uh huh.
I can reach. I can't reach. I don't want to
Yeah,
stand up. I got a few Batman statues. I got the
yeah,
Arkham Asylum, the two Arkham Asylum collector's edition. I have
yeah,
the South Park sticker choose. I got a bunch of collector's edition. The Gears of War 3 collect is up there. Fine.
yeah. Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
You know what? Recently, I was thinking maybe I should give some of these away because I'm not using them. They're just collecting fucking dust.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like,
Wow.
I mean, it's cool to have them, but what am I doing with those?
Exactly. Should I sell it to get some money back? Because right now it's money sitting there doing
Why
nothing.
did I think about that? Because I have
Yeah.
a Goku. I have three Goku statues, right?
Ooh, Super
But I
Saiyan.
had four. I had four.
Okay.
Right now I have Gotenks,
Yep.
Super Saiyan Fusion Gotenks, Super
Mm-hmm.
Saiyan 3. I got Goku doing Kamehameha, and I got Vegeta Super Saiyan 4 transformation. That's what I have right
Mm-hmm.
now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
missing one, which
Mm-hmm.
is Super Saiyan Goku, a regular Super Saiyan Goku. My
Mm-hmm.
nephew was a few days here.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, Goku," because he knows who Goku is. Everybody in Latin America knows who the fucking Goku is.
Of course we do.
So I lift him up and he grabs it. And I'm like, you know what? Keep it.
Keep it. Yeah.
What the fuck am I gonna do with that?
Exactly. It's just
There's
sitting there.
somebody else. I'd rather have him. You know what? Keep it. He wants it. He's
Yeah.
gonna
He's,
enjoy
he's,
it.
he's gonna
I
enjoy
enjoy.
it. He's gonna
When I
tell his
had it,
friends,
I
I got this.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
So I
Yeah.
gave it away. I gave
Exactly.
my entire Hot Wheels collection. I had 120
Mm-hmm.
Batmobiles only of Hot
Mm-hmm.
Wheels in my office. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not joking.
Mm-hmm.
In my office, I had over 120 Hot Wheels only Batmobiles.
Yep.
I pick them all up this past Christmas. I donated them
Yep.
because I know somebody else is gonna play with it.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. I
And
mean,
if I sell a lot of shit that I have, I'm gonna make extra money that I don't
right now
didn't have,
that
and
didn't
maybe that I
have.
need to buy my fucking rug. Which
Exactly.
now that I'm thinking about it, it's getting harder to
And
me to justify to buying the rug, Louis. Unfortunately, but
oh
let's
Lord.
see what happens on April, right?
That's yeah, exactly. It's getting harder, I can imagine. Yeah. Because it
So
gets hard for us.
I say all this to say this. What the fuck are you doing with Days Gone, PlayStation?
Exactly. What are you doing
You
with all
rather
this
close
stuff?
Bend Studios than to sell that game on the Xbox? What the fuck are you doing with fucking Bluepoint? You rather close that studio down than to sell their IPs or that they'll remaster on other platforms? Like I am a little I am look, listen, I love the console war. I really do.
Yeah.
But and the human part of me, the realist of me, it's like I
What's
don't
the
want none of these people to lose their jobs. It's
yeah.
hard out there, bro.
It's hard right now. It's hard right now. It's getting worse. Worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It's getting
So if
worse.
you have an active asset like a video game that could
Mm-hmm.
be resold and
That, that's the
make it
worst.
maybe make a few bucks
Yep.
and fund your next project,
Mm-hmm.
why not do that? Like, are
Yep.
you really scared of Jabari, of Persona, a J Dub? Are you really
Ain't
scared of
that
these fuckers?
crap gamer?
Are you really scared of not Crap Gamer? Who nobody's playing Crap Gamer. Are you really scared of MBG, of Reforge?
George, are you scared of all those guys? Who cares what they think? I mean, it's your cash. I always say this: try to get it flowing. I mean, look what happened
Like,
yesterday. Though we got a studio shut down for Bluepoint, and seriously, seriously, all they did was go f you. Instead of saying, man, now that I've seen also a lot of the tweets saying, why didn't you put this game out there? What didn't you do this? Because now you're saying it. But a couple weeks ago, let's say a couple days ago, you guys were still console warring. You guys don't understand that we've been calling this for quite some time. This generation is not the same generation that we loved.
it's not.
This
And
it's
and, and, I
not.
know, and these fuckers are gonna attack. Oh, but you
Yeah.
close Tango Gameworks. There's a fucking difference.
So so here
You closed Tango. Yes, you closed fucking Tango. At
yeah.
the beginning, you closed it because nobody wanted to buy them. And I
Yeah.
know the story what happened behind the scenes. Shinji Mikami got the paycheck and he left with all the heads of the
Mm-hmm.
studio. All the
Mm-hmm.
heads of the studio of Tango
Mm-hmm.
Gameworks left with Shinji Mikami. Nobody
Yep.
was in charge. The only guys who were in charge were the guys who were making Hi-Fi Rush.
Yep.
Microsoft actually talked to these fuckers, and these guys did not know how to manage the studio.
Yep. Yep.
And Microsoft is like, dude, this is not worth it. Okay,
Yep.
let's do something. Let's sell Hi-Fi Rush next on PlayStation. See what
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if this is actually a viable IP. None of you fuckers on PlayStation bought Hi-Fi Rush.
Yep.
I did. I bought the fucking thing. I have a fucking 1,000 out of 1,000 achievement in that motherfucker. Okay. No, I don't. But I beat that thing on the hardest difficulty. I love that fucking game, and none of you bought that game because I got no rhythm. Look, listen, you don't have to be Latino to have fucking dance
Mm-hmm.
moves, all right? You don't have to be black to have dance move. That shit does not need a fucking rhythm to beat that game. It's just
Exactly. No,
for
yeah.
extra points. So you scared motherfuckers don't need to have rhythm.
Mm-hmm. They always look for the
Right?
excuse,
But
though.
but I digress. At least they tried to sell the game to
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation to see what happened, and it
No.
didn't sell.
And then they wanted it to be exclusive
Unfortunately,
on PlayStation. Remember, they wanted Hi-Fi Rush 2 to be exclusive. Like,
yeah.
oh, we want this exclusive. I'm like, but you all didn't buy it. Why the
But
hell are
guess
you gonna
what?
put it over there, you
Unfortunately,
dumbass?
the greedy motherfuckers from Microsoft, Satya and Amy, wanted more money, so they
Mm-hmm.
had to close the studio. But thank God they could
Yep.
sell it. They sold
Yep.
their independence. So
Yep.
there's a fucking difference here.
Yep. 100%.
Roundhouse Studio got shut down, yes, but everybody got absorbed to ZeniMax Studios.
100%.
The only one that got fucked really, well, the only two that got fucked, to be honest,
Which one?
was uh, 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 the initiative, which
Mm-hmm.
rightfully so, they were scamming Microsoft basically,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, Arcane Austin. That was unfortunate.
That was unfortunate. Yep. 100%. 100%. Because that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, though. I mean, stop following this fanboy crap. Start trying to please these guys. There's probably 2 or 3 million out there that fanboy. So at the end of the day, it's not all of them though. It's not all of them because how do I know it's not all of them? Look what they play on PlayStation. I keep saying this. They're playing all these live multi-plat games. This is why Jim Ryan flew all over the place, just trying to stop Call of Duty from going because that was their money-making machine. So if you have guys that buy your console just to play this multi-platform, and you have a few that only buy your exclusives, only a few, maybe it's time you guys should start shifting and do changes. For example, do day and date on PC, or
Andrew Titan.
have it time exclusive, then send it to PC, and then have it after time exclusive on PC, send it to Xbox. Send it everywhere. Take the fucking risk. Stop being these guys trying to please these 3 or 4 million. I'm gonna say the word dumbasses because that's what you have pleasing those dumbasses, and you now are closing down studios because of those dumbasses. I'm being serious. Stop treating them like they're kings out there, which they're not. Because they're probably buying what is it, 15 games a year?
You know what's crazy, Louis? Let's say PlayStation go multiplat.
Yeah,
You know what's gonna happen?
it's gonna happen.
Nothing. The fuckers are still gonna buy PlayStations.
Exactly, they will
You know
because
why? You know why?
why?
You know what? You know why?
Yeah,
Because Xbox doesn't sell outside of 7 countries.
mm-hmm.
Xbox only sells around 7 countries.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation sells in 170 countries, 120
Mm-hmm.
countries, something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
You think people in Pakistan that where they don't sell Xboxes,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna go out and oh they win multiplayer. I ain't buying that shit. They're gonna buy a fucking PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
You think a
They
country like
will.
Kazakhstan, which is non grata with America, they don't sell Xboxes. They're gonna be oh no, I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation because they're multiplayer. No, they're gonna buy a PlayStation or a Nintendo.
They don't care about that because that's the whole
They
truth.
don't
They
care
just
a
don't
shit.
care. They don't give a shit right now. And that's the
You
thing,
think they
though.
actually know that these games are? Some of these people don't even know what is a fucking exclusive video game.
They don't even know exactly. They don't. They don't. They don't even
So
know.
all companies out there,
Mm-hmm.
we are in the RAM crisis, the memory
Oh,
crisis.
oh, 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 yes. We're
An Xbox is about to drop that is going to cost us probably $1,200
yeah, probably so.
to build a medium-sized PC. It's around $1,000. Who gives a shit if your game is everywhere? For the love of God, who gives a fuck? You're still gonna buy the
Hmm.
console that you want. I am not gonna buy a PlayStation because I don't want a PlayStation because I don't like you. But I will buy your game.
Yeah,
Same thing with Xbox. Ooh, fuck Xbox, but ooh, Forza Horizon 5. Ooh, you did buy that you didn't you motherfuckers.
exactly. Yeah.
So look, as much as I like the console war, we grew up with that, Louis. We grew up with
Grew up with
Coca
those.
Cola versus Pepsi.
We
We grew
grew
up with
up with
fucking WWF versus WCW.
CW.
We
Oh,
grew up with
yes.
Nickelodeon versus
Mhm.
Cartoon Network.
Yep.
We grew up with the Batman animated series versus
This
the X Men animated series.
series. We grew up
Right?
with all that stuff. We
We
grew
grew
up.
up against Nintendo versus
Hmm.
Sega.
Hmm.
We grew up with Domino's versus fucking no Pixar versus Domino's. We grew up with that
Yes.
shit.
Yep.
We grew up in the era of competition. We grew up with that shit, and with that, it's fun.
That is
And I
fun.
still
Yeah.
do it. Console war, fun,
Hmm.
but let's be mature about this. It is
Hmm.
ridiculous. It is absurd. It's
Hmm.
stupid for companies to do it.
Hmm. It
Us,
is.
I'm not. I'll fucking console war because I like to do it. It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun to see them get mad and come at you like, oh, he mad. And just
But
laugh
as a
at him.
fucking $1 billion and $1 trillion company, this is
Hmm.
beneath you. This is
Yeah. That's
ridiculous.
ridiculous. You should get away
You're
from it. And
firing
especially,
and people are losing their livelihoods because
yes.
you decide to keep the shit exclusives.
Exactly. And not only that, you're losing a shit ton of cash you can bank on. Get the cash and forget what these three, because look, it's simple stuff. For example, simple stuff. Look at Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei, so like what, 3, 4 million, 5 million copies, for
Look
example.
at this.
Let's use that
You
example,
had Tim Dog
right?
out there. You got
Tim,
Tim Dog
oh, oh,
losing his shit,
yeah.
threatening everybody, doing all this shit,
Mm-hmm.
claiming the Xbox was going to be shut down, they're claiming that Phil was getting fired and retiring in the game,
Uh-huh.
just for Xbox to keep on being on the fucking top 10, 20 on the list,
Mm-hmm.
selling more than ever, making a
Mm-hmm.
new console,
Mm-hmm.
and I bet Phil Spencer's still getting a 7 figure check.
Yeah, he still
And
is.
what are you doing? All you did is cry like a little
Right.
bitch,
Exactly.
right?
You did. Yeah. 100%. Cry.
Lose your reputation online because people now think
Mm-hmm.
you're fucking crazy, and
Mm-hmm.
now you turn into a political
Oh,
Twitter account
yeah. I saw that.
saying America first MAGA. Like what the fuck happened?
Exactly. Like he
I
like
don't care. I
he's
don't
looking
care
for
about your political views.
personality. He's
I
looking
honestly
for
don't care about your
personality and
political views.
trying
You're
to
Republican
find.
or Democrat. I don't care for that. As long as you're a good person, respectful, you're a decent person. I don't care what your political view is. At the
Exactly.
same time, the switch that you just do,
Mm-hmm.
the switch that you do,
Mm-hmm.
it's for somebody to study. It's like what the fuck happened to you, bro?
Exactly. Like what happened to you though? I mean, it's
Out of what?
insane.
Out of what? At the end of the day, video games.
Yeah.
And I gotta repeat myself, Louis. And I'm sorry I'm talking this much because I
It's
got
okay.
this in my
Okay.
chest.
Go
I
for it.
love the console war. I will always love it. I
Mm-hmm.
will always love it because it's fun
Sure.
and it's a podcast. We gotta entertain people.
Yep. Yep.
And on Twitter, you gotta entertain yourself. The world is really crazy for not to entertain yourself. But
Exactly.
realistically, though, I don't want Bluepoint. I didn't want Bluepoint to close.
Nobody did. That's
I didn't
fucking
want
insane.
Arcade Studio to close. I don't want
We
none of these studio close.
Nope. I hate
Stop
seeing
the
studio
nonsense.
shutdowns. I
Stop the
hate.
nonsense.
Yeah, stop the crap. Yeah, that's
And
it.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about
Right.
the people who work in the industry.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
You people in the studios, speak up. Like, yo, the business change. Let's go
Mhm.
multiplayer. Fuck it.
Fuck
And that's
it.
it.
Screw it. Fuck
That's
it.
all I
Let's
have to say.
go. Let's get the games everywhere so we can get the guys who love the Souls games on Xbox to come purchase it. To get the guys who love RPGs to come purchase it. To get the guys who love the over the shoulder, all that stuff, storytelling to purchase it. Because we have expanded and we are everywhere. But in order to catch us, you cannot be locked up in one place. You gotta send your stuff out there. It's just like Netflix. If Netflix only had like one platform, like that's it. Like for example, one platform. Let's say one platform meaning like okay, you can only play it. Let's say on Xbox only. You can only watch Netflix on Xbox only. Netflix would have been dead long ago. Because we all know that another company will come out, let's say Paramount or Disney, and say, oh, we're on PlayStation, we're on TVs, we're on mobile. What's going to happen to Netflix? It will be dead. Netflix, you can watch it on any shit you want. And that's the right move. That tells you right there, that's the way to go. Same thing with Spotify. What happened to Spotify was only in, let's say, iPhones. It wasn't on Android. It wasn't anywhere else. What do you think would happen to Spotify? That would have been dead. And Apple says, fuck it, we're going to go everywhere. That kills it right away.
Well, what happened? What happened to Apple Music though?
What happened to it? It died, right?
No, no. What happened to Apple TV? Apple TV was
Mm-hmm.
closed to
Mm-hmm.
fucking, and now you can
Apple's
download that shit everywhere.
everywhere. Yep. That's it. That tells you right there.
Hey,
That's the best way.
Hey, Rachel, you're weird. What do you mean you chose Bulbasaur over Squirtle and Charmander? That is weird, man.
What? Who you choose though?
You chose Bulbasaur over Squirtle and Charmander. I'm calling the FBI on you.
Yeah,
That is weird.
exactly. That I mean, I'd rather
Weird.
get Squirtle though. Squirtle's cool.
Were you in the Epstein files? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
So Igor with the 5 pound super cha 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 cha. He says, whenever PlayStation closes a studio or cancels a game, that media says is an industry problem. But if Xbox does the same, is Microsoft? It's because Microsoft is evil.
Yeah, it's an Xbox
Yep.
problem. Like,
That's an Xbox problem, yeah. Because here's the thing, though, and we've been saying it. I've been saying it for the longest of time. We have an industry situation, and it's not looking good when it comes down to gaming. Because look, chat, what can happen is when you see all these shifts, all these companies moving, right? Because Nintendo keeps it for real. Nintendo doesn't need to move yet, and it's going to be a while for them to move. It's going to be a long time. But for example, when you saw Sony this generation say, "Oh, we're going to do 12 live service games," like, why 12? Just do three. Just two or three. So that way you got the other studios working on your single player games in order to keep the console alive. But they decided, no, 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 let's force this on here. Let's get this thing going. Let's go. Because they're trying to get the cash. Because you know why? That's the thing that sells. And like I said, this is an industry problem in general. Because look, Ubisoft, they've been pouring out games. Shadows was good. I gotta say,
by the way, Ubisoft just had a call.
who?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft just had a call, and look what happened. They fired more people.
No, 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 no. I'm not really right now. Like they are. They just the news is coming out from Ubisoft.
There's news coming out from Ubisoft. What happened with Ubisoft?
They're just announcing a bunch of games. That's what they're doing.
Oh, there's also a whole bunch of games. Okay, okay. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, there's been layoff. That same day that PlayStation got Bluepoint shut down, there was layoffs, and I think they even shut down the studio or not. But that's how it is. These days, we're going through something that, we're like, oh shit, what's happening? And the thing is that I really hate it's gonna happen. It probably will. They're probably gonna go down on budgets with the games, lower down the tone, lower down the graphics, lower down a bunch of stuff. Right? They're probably gonna do that, and they're gonna give us, more simpler games for us to play, which, like I always say, we need some of that and mix it up a bit because we're getting all these big AAA titles out there that's insane. But yeah, we need to mix it up a bit. Um, but that's what I'm going to see. They're going to tone it down, and then all of a sudden, we're going to see those single player games disappear because everybody is focusing on a, what's it called, on a big service game that's going to get money
But
in.
even that model is a problem, Louis, because
Yeah,
not
not
everybody
everybody
wants
is.
to play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That not everyone wants to
40
play that.
layoffs. I didn't read that, but somebody said 40 layoffs on
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
yeah, that was 40 layoffs on Ubisoft. Yep, I saw that yesterday. It was yesterday. I think it's today. There
Yeah,
was 40.
but right now, the Ubisoft's confirmed two Far Cry games are in development and
Oh, I did
multiple
say that.
Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just like an hour ago.
no.
I mean, I mean, the gaming industry is fickle right now.
Yep,
You
it
got a lot
is.
of people, but people think it's just because people are not buying games. It's not that people are not buying games. There's you got dude. I could literally say today, fuck everything, and go buy my ROG right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be totally irresponsible for me to do.
Yep, that's how it is.
Okay? There's priorities right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Living
Joey.
is a priority. Video games is not a priority. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people out there that are prioritizing a lot of stuff that are more that are way more important than video games.
And then you
So
have.
but then you as a company has to be more responsible.
Mhm.
You have to do your due diligence for your company and your employees. Like, all right, if and I know this is gonna sound like, oh, you Xbox are just coping,
Mhm.
dude. This and a lot of people don't like when Phil says this, but you gotta meet where the customer is, and the customers
Exactly.
are not coming to Xbox. Then
Mm-mm.
we're going where the customers are, and that's
Exactly.
PlayStation and Nintendo.
Yep, that's what you got to do. You got to get the customer. That's the whole point, and that is the whole truth. I mean, if you keep on having your games locked up, you keep on doing this. Well, good luck. Like I said, Nintendo has that squared off. You guys don't have it. You guys are trying to.
Nintendo is lucky because its budgets are low,
Budget exactly. I mean, they can
but
sell
it's
2 million
but
copies. They get their money back.
they're getting higher though. They're getting higher,
They're getting higher. Yeah,
and
100%. They
look,
are.
if you look at the leak of Game Freak,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which scared me,
Mm-hmm.
they did not raise the price of their budgets. They raised their budgets.
Mm-hmm.
However, the quality dropped
Mm-hmm. Quality drop. Yep, it
because
dropped. Yeah.
because they tried to maintain the same budget that they had 20 years ago.
Nah, it's not gonna work.
However,
Mm-mm.
now because the budget didn't raise, we got less talent. Less talent means less time. Less time means less polish. Less polish means worse
Mm-hmm.
game.
Worst case,
Look at
exactly.
the quality of the Pokemon games.
Oh God. Oh God.
So
We'll say
Nintendo is it's really hard to predict, but PlayStation, you're fucking easy to predict, but you're not doing anything, and you choose not to do
mm-mm.
anything.
You choose not to
That's
do anything.
your
Yeah.
fault.
That's your fault. Yep. Because it's weird that look, like every time we look for gaming news these days. For example, it's a mom every day. I see more news on Xbox than I do PlayStation. These past couple of days have been more PlayStation news after the showcase, but I've been seeing more Xbox news out there. Everybody's talking about Xbox. Going to the PC way, or they released a new window or a new thing for the ROG Ally that this could be the future of the next Xbox. I see more trends revolving around Xbox than they are on PlayStation. And these past few days with PlayStation has been all bad news because they seem like they're not doing nothing. They don't want to move anything around. It's like nothing. And for when it comes to Bluepoint, if on 22 I saw that the game was still in 2 million copies. I mean, the information's out there. You can Google it up. You can put Demon
Which is
Souls
a good
remake,
number, but
which is a which is a good
you
number, of course. But if I
yeah,
see that in 23 it didn't move shit, and I see in 24 all they moved was a couple copies, but still didn't move shit. At 25, I'll say, "Hey, Demon Souls, go to PC. We gotta
yeah,
get
but
some money in."
well, my point is,
Go
those 22 million copies only can get you
as
as
far, yeah,
as far as they can. Like,
yeah,
there's a
exactly.
point, like, hey, yeah, that's great. You sold 22 million copies.
Because
I got the
here,
paycheck today, but
yeah,
that paycheck has been being spent
because
years and years and years. Then you need more money, and
here's the thing, though, Chad. Here's the thing, though. Investors look at this and they're like, "Okay, you guys didn't do a God of War, so what's next?" So they look at this. So let's say, for example, Demon Souls got sent to PC, Demon Souls got sent to Xbox. Let's say it sold a total 10 million copies. You know what the investors would say? They would say, "Hey, listen, keep Bluepoint because these guys make a game, and on the other companies it sells well, and man is dragging in the money. It's dragging in money because we sold 10 million copies with the sucker. Let's keep it." That's what they would do. But they have it stuck there. They got them working on a service game, which they did not have any experience on it because, of course, we know that none of these dudes had the experience with live service because they hired Bungie. And you know what happened with Bungie, though? The guys got the paycheck like, "Yeah, let me go buy some cars. Ah, look what I got. Oh, you
let
know."
me put it this way. Let's put it this way. And I saw this in a document. I don't know if you guys saw the documentary of Psycho Odyssey, the documentary of
Yeah,
Psychonauts 2.
yeah.
Have you guys seen it? You guys in the
Uh,
chat?
I'm not seen it though.
It's 30 episodes. Most of the episodes is 40 minutes long. I've seen them all.
Okay,
And I've seen that documentary multiple times.
all right.
Most of that documentary has to do with them making Psychonauts, of course, and the pains and the growing pains of making a video game. Making Psychonauts 2 almost killed those developers
Yeah, almost did.
in a psychological way,
Mm-hmm.
in a mental health way, everything. The game was really tough to make, and it almost killed Tim Schafer and part of his management
Mm-hmm.
because they were trying to sell the game
Mm-hmm.
because they needed investors, they needed a
The
kickstart,
investors,
and
kickstart
then
this thing.
and
Yeah.
then Bright Light, or Bright Sun, I don't remember what the name of the publisher back then, got into some legal troubles with the Swedish mafia, and then the studio closed, and Microsoft came and saved the day, which is fine.
Yep. It's fine. Yep. Okay.
In that documentary and in other places, I've heard the same thing when it comes to budgets.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an exact math, but most of these people, most of these studios do this. And this is just on salary. They know some people make more money, they know some people make less money. But
Mm-hmm.
when they do initial budgeting, they always say for each, they got to spend $10,000 per employee a month
Wow.
just in salary. That's the low ball.
And that's the low ball. Yep.
So let's put it this way: there's 70 people on Bluepoint, each of them making at least $10,000 a month. There were a month they were spending $700,000. That's not counting the studio, the light bill, everybody's birthday because remember
Mm-hmm.
people celebrate their birthdays, their the whole everything that entitles budgets when it comes to light bills, equipment, healthcare, all that stuff, right? But in salaries alone, they were spending $700,000 a month. Now
Wow.
you calculate that for a year,
Whoo.
and they haven't done that. They haven't done a game in
Okay.
years. How
Okay.
much they're actually spending?
They're spending a shit ton. Oof. 700,000 a year. I mean, a month. Times a year. Holy shit. That's we're now go at 10 months. We're going to I think $7 million, right? So in a year it goes up to 8.4. I
I'm just
think.
saying, like, when you see that documentary and you go look at it, and they come to budgeting, that's lowballing it because they know there's certain people that make more money than others. But
Exactly.
when they do initial budgeting, they say, all right, we got to make at least in salaries $700,000 a month.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Did you forget? I don't know if you people know this. Tim Schafer said this in an interview during pandemic that
Mm-hmm.
he went to a friend that he knows he had the money. He asked for a friend. I don't remember the amount right now, but he asking I think for $10 million, borrowed $10 million out of a friend
Mm-hmm.
just to pay the salaries.
Just to pay the salaries. Wow.
And the buddy said, "You know what? Don't worry, I got you." I mean,
Wow.
whoever has that kind of money, I think it was. I don't know if it was 10 million or it was 5 or 2 million. It was
Wow.
in the millions.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I know a buddy. I always wonder who the fuck gave him that money." He said, "Pay me when you can." And
Yep.
then of course Microsoft came along and bought the studio, and I can imagine he paid his friend back.
Can you
Yep.
imagine that? Can you imagine these days we see the friend come up and say, "Doesn't pay me"?
Be right back. The garbage truck.
Yeah. Can you imagine the friend come out and be like, "He hasn't paid me"? No, I'm just kidding. I think he paid the man though. MS needs a studio of Banjo. There they are. You're saying that you should get Bluepoint to do it though. But the thing is though, Safo, how much of an impact will Banjo have nowadays? Because I know a lot of us, inside we're happy with Banjo. We need the game like to come back. I get it. But how much of an impact will that have though? Because when you look back in the day, like how much did Banjo Kazooie sell? It says like it probably sold like 3 or 4 million copies, but that was during that time though. And I know 3 or 4 million copies is a big success, right? But nowadays, you make a banjo, 3 or 4 million copies just is not going to cut it though. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's what I think though. I'm just telling you what I see and I think though. Um, but shoot, I don't like for Microsoft to pick up that studio. If I was Bluepoint, and if I had the money, I would start my own studio and go back to the way they were. That's what I would do, and not get picked up by nobody. And sign deals and make my games, and that's it. Sign deals, get published by these companies, and that's it. I wouldn't get picked up by nobody because we all know now that being picked up by a company is mm-mm. Or Safo. I got an even better idea. Jess Corden wrote an article. Uh, Jess Corden wrote an article that that Microsoft formed a small AA team, to work on remakes or old games. Maybe they can get the team and work in there to make those old games and stuff like that. But Safo, what I'm saying is, instead of Microsoft picking them up, I say form your own studio, get the licensing from Microsoft to make a Banjo Kazooie game, and start working your own game and send it out there and start selling. That's what I would do. Get your cash in, start selling, do the work, and make a fantastic title and do it. And then after that, if the way comes around and everything, down the road, if they want to be picked up, then get picked up by a big company or not. But to be honest, though, they need to go out there and just do their own thing as of now, because I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know if they should be picked up though. I mean, like that,
So
or join the AA team inside Microsoft
yeah,
Studios. Yeah,
I think you were talking about banjo. I just heard something about banjo.
yeah. Banjo Kazooie.
Okay. I think the only way you can do banjo
Hmm.
in order to not hurt any studio
Yeah,
is that you make a game polished and beautiful.
hmm,
Maybe a remake of the first one,
yeah. The first one, yeah,
but make the budget or the personnel that making that game small enough, quick
yep.
enough,
Quick enough, yep.
and big enough to make
Hmm.
a quality game. However,
Hmm.
that they could, if they sell only 500,000 copies, they still make a profit. They got to figure that math out. You
Yeah, they got to
understand?
figure that math out. Yeah, that's the whole thing.
They
But
got to figure it out. Okay,
I
we
was
got to make.
telling,
Let's
yeah,
say
because if
Banjo Kazooie the first one.
let's go see it
Let's make
because
a remake. Let's make a remake, right? Let's say a remake, Bluepoint, for example, 70 people at $10,000 or $700,000 a
yeah.
year, a
So
month.
I'll give you an example right here,
Try to
right?
make that game for 2 3 years,
Uh,
and that a certain amount of money could cover your game and make a profit. I think that's the
mhm.
only way you can make a game, a
So
platformer like that outside of Mario.
So look, I'll give you an example right here with Banjo Kazooie, right? You got Banjo Kazooie 1998 from Nintendo 64 sold approximately 3.65 million copies worldwide. Back in the day, 3.65 million copies was a big success. I mean, that was massive success. I mean, that was beautiful.
Yes, budgets were different.
But so these days, though, if you make a Banjo Kazooie with the extreme budgets they're at, like make it top down, beautiful and everything, right? Probably 3.65 million won't cut it. So it's like what Joey said. You guys got to figure out the math, do like something quick, something nice, something really cool for people to enjoy. And like I said, though, because for Blue Point, if I was Blue Point right now and I had the money to do it, I will form my own studio and said, F all these companies for now. I'll get the licensing though. Let's say to make a Banjo Kazooie, don't make it, and I get the money in, get paid, and do and licensing and all that stuff, and get it out. And then, like I said, down the road, after we're at a good spot or anything, if you want to get bought out, then go for it, because
I
that's
can bet
actually
you right now. I can
yeah.
bet you right now, and that would be a great idea. Bluepoint. Maybe this is a great idea. I don't know.
Hmm.
If everybody's getting laid off, let's say
Hmm.
everybody's getting laid off. I know not everybody because a lot of them are transferring to other studios. But
Yep.
let's say the 70 people that were in Bluepoint getting laid off.
Wow.
You guys get together. I know you guys got no money,
Yep.
and it's a hard project. But I'll say you guys stick together and go to a company, maybe like Ubisoft, maybe like
Hmm.
Xbox, somebody
Hmm.
outside
Yeah,
of
exactly.
PlayStation,
Hmm.
and tell them we want to make a deal. Yeah, the
Things don't
fucking
have to
Prince
work.
of Persia remake that you wanted,
Yeah.
let Bluepoint do it. Let
Exactly.
Ubisoft make your contract. Fund your game. Same thing with Xbox. I'll do your Banjo Kazooie. Fund your game. I think that would be the best thing you can do. Like make games for other studios. Don't go be risking with a new IP, because then you can have a situation like High Guard. It's really risky. I say as a team, go together, get to a company. You already have the pedigree as being former employees of Bluepoint, or stay with the name Bluepoint. I don't know if PlayStation owns it completely, but tell them we're the entire team of Bluepoint. We are a great team. Go to a studio. It's like, hey, fund us, give us a trust fund or whatever, and we'll make a game for you. I'll say go to Microsoft. Pitch him Banjo Kazooie, pitch him a Conker's Bad for Day. I'd say do that. Honestly, I think that's not a bad idea to do. Start small. Start with an IP that will have an impact. Start with an IP that will have an impact. Start with an IP that people will want to see and play. Don't do an high guard. Don't do a fair games. Don't do that shit. There's a lot of RPs out there that people are like, hey, I remember this. Well, they're making a remake. And who's making them? The ex former team of Bluepoint. Come on, like do something like that. I think that's a good idea. But I know you guys are down. You're losing your jobs. It's tough. But I think that's the best way to go right now. I think the best model for video game developers right now is
Hmm.
actually being support teams.
Exactly. Yep.
You're not risking with a new IP.
Hmm.
You're being funded by somebody else.
Hmm.
And as long as you still have projects by being supported by other studios, because there's a whole bunch of studios out there, studios that people have never heard of. But guess what? They're just doing support work. Like they're look at the studio that's making a bunch of remakes for Xbox that made the Oblivion. They just
Hmm.
do. They're a support team and they're doing the remakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
And
I
they're
mean,
not risk.
though.
But what I was saying to the chat, Louis, is
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a business idea because I don't work in an industry, so I really don't know. But I
Exactly.
think it's a good idea if the entirety of Bluepoint gets fired, to
Hmm.
stick together as a team and go
Hmm.
to companies and pitch them ideas. Like, listen,
Exactly.
we are the entirety of Bluepoint.
Exactly.
We want to offer you a service or an idea. Go
Hmm.
to Xbox, go to Ubisoft, go to these studios and say, I will make you Banjo Kazooie. This is
Exactly.
what we need to make it, and this is the amount of time it will take to make it.
Yep. And get it working.
I don't think Xbox, if the price is right and the team that you have behind it is good, I don't
Hmm.
think Xbox will say no. But
Exactly.
I think these studios or Bluepoint must start with an IP that has an impact.
Exactly.
Don't go out there and making a new IP like High Guard and risk it all and die.
No, no, no,
Start small. I'm not
no.
saying
Yeah.
I'm not. I gotta go to work soon. Um,
All right.
I'm not saying go out there and make a new IP and die. I'm saying make it an established IP, an old IP that nobody's looking at,
Hmm.
and make an impact out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, go to Ubisoft and say for this budget and for this amount of years, we'll make you the Splinter Cell remake. Why not?
Yeah. No.
Or go to Xbox. I'll do the Banjo Kazooie remake. Why not?
Exactly. I mean, why not?
Don't
Why
do
not?
don't
Why
don't
not
go
go
don't
for
go
it?
to Sony because Sony's gonna say fucking no.
Nope. I say nope. I say no.
Go back to your roots, Bluepoint. You were an independent studio before Sony
Yeah,
bought you.
exactly. Go back to blue. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
yes, Banjo doesn't need a 6 year development cycle. Fuck, I think Banjo only needs like 2 years and a half.
2 years and a half. Yeah, tops. Two
Two
years,
years and a
3.
half
No,
in
no, no
development.
more. No more. No more than that, my friends. No more than that. I mean, we don't need nothing like that anymore. I mean,
The
seriously.
game is already made.
Exactly. All you got to do
Unless
is
it,
sit down and make it modern and just rip it out. Say, okay, Banjo's back, baby. Let's go. I mean, that's all you need, my friends. That's all you need. And listen.
so I think you should do that. I think Bluepoint
Mhm.
stay
Mhm.
as a team. You have a talented team. I mean, for the
Yeah.
love of God, look how good fucking Demon
Demon
Souls
Souls
looks.
was.
Look
Yeah.
how good fucking Shadow of the Colossus looks.
Looks. Yep.
It's the
Yeah, it's
only
got talent.
PS2 game I ran out and wanted to play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shadow of the fucking Colossus.
Yep.
This is
That's
the only
true.
PS2. I'm like, I gotta play that shit.
Yep.
Just play, do that. Pitch yourself. You
Yep.
were independent. You know what independence looks like and feels like.
Yep.
You were doing mostly PlayStation work. You were doing all these remasters
They
and
were just
remakes and
working on
collections.
that though. They were just doing that, and they picked you up
And
because you had the talent though, but they didn't take advantage of your talent, which sucks. They got you to working on this God of War crap, which
I say do that, bro. I say that. Go to Konami. Like, hey, you know what? I'll
yeah.
remake or remaster your fucking Castlevania games.
Castlevania, yeah,
Where's the
yes, sir.
Shadow? I'll remake that for you.
Yep. Remake it, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? They should
Go
do
to
all that
EA.
stuff.
Go to EA. Hey, I'll remake.
Kind of like what Bloober Team did. Look what Bloober Team did for Silent Hill.
Yes, exactly. Bloomer
That's all we
Team
need. I mean,
started exactly.
yeah, because like, look, we're happy when we see companies buy studios. We get happy. Like for example, Microsoft buying everything. We're happy about that. But right now, at this moment,
But
eh,
no, but here's the
no,
thing.
no. Right now, we don't need that.
I was happy when Xbox was buying studios
Mm-hmm.
because Xbox were saving these studios from bankruptcy.
On bankruptcy. Yep.
Remember,
Mm-hmm.
the AA game
Yep.
studios died. And there was a report years ago
Mm-hmm.
about a list of AA studios that died because everything went full AAA, third
Yep.
person, action adventure, sad dad AAA,
Yep.
or
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't even a gas game. It went full on movie, and no,
Mm-hmm.
and the double A died. And
Mm-hmm.
that list was there was a bunch. THQ died, and there was a double A studio. You
Mm-hmm.
guys remember that? So
THQ,
we were happy that Xbox.
the
Well, I
best
was
wrestling
happy
games.
that Xbox was buying these studios, because we thought, hey, they're saving these studios, which in the most part they did.
They did, yep.
They saved Double Fine. They saved
Obsidian,
Compulsion. They saved Obsidian.
Obsidian, yep.
Because if you listen to all these developers in their own documentaries, they say, dude, it's hard to pitch games.
It is
But we
hard.
but we did not expect the future that we got now.
Mm-hmm.
Things are so expensive that now they don't give a fuck about closing these studios, which we don't want. I don't
Exactly.
want.
We don't want that, no.
Console warring is something else. That's not my real persona.
Yeah,
Like I don't want that. But if
we
I'm
don't.
going full bot and WBG, fuck them all. Close them all.
Exactly.
No, that's not my real where my heart really feels. It's mostly because of the ponies, right? I feel that way because
Exactly, because to be honest, though, they're the ones who met. I always say, I listen. I always say this, and I say it with all my heart. What really fucks up PlayStation is the fanboys, the
yes.
PlayStation fanboys, and the media. They don't tackle the problem. That's the truth. I always say this all the fucking time. I say this on the dot. PlayStation and your fanboys are the ones that PlayStation. I mean, PlayStation fanboys and media are the ones who fuck up PlayStation these days because they go out there spew these lies, right? And PlayStation, I don't know why they're so scared to do things because they might piss off some people. I said, you know what? Fuck it, piss them off. At least Microsoft had the balls to piss off a lot of Xboxers, right? They did piss them off, but at the end of the day, we came
You
around
get
to
to
it. We're like, okay, I understand what's happening though, and we see it all the time. We
you
see
get to
what's
you get
happening.
to you get to who the real fans are once you piss them off.
Exactly. You can tell who the real fans are, who were the real ones, because we know that Tim Dog was not the real fan of what happened to him. But
Maybe
at
well, maybe he was, but
maybe he kind of was though.
the company he wanted is not the company that he has now.
Exactly, probably is that though, and that's the whole thing though. If the company's gonna change, we gotta find out why are they changing, what's going on, why are you doing this? Because I know a lot of people got hit by it, but at the end of the day, we all know why. Look at this. This is a prime example why the change happened. Why they do this? Because look what happened to Bluepoint. If Bluepoint was game was everywhere, and sold a bunch of copies, the investors wouldn't even dare say, "Okay, let's close this down or let's kill it." That's the truth though. That's how it is. But chat, what
Thirty
can we
percent
do?
is better than 70%. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about that though? Don't tell me about the 30%. Oh God. Oh, what's up, Jago
I'm
Six?
not
Good
gonna, I'm not,
morning.
we're not gonna do that. But anyway, yeah,
No,
Louis.
you gotta go, my friend. Go for it. Go for it. I got it. You gotta go to work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go right now, but I could shower and dress quick. I didn't even have breakfast today, but I'll eat that later.
Okay, okay.
Uh, but that's fine. But what I'm saying is, it's unfortunate what happened to Blue Point,
It
and
is
it's gonna
unfortunate.
happen again. It's gonna happen again,
It's gonna happen again and again. And
and it's gonna
all
happen
right,
again. And it's gonna happen
all
to
right.
Xbox again.
Xbox is gonna happen again because we're gonna see this happen, and that's the thing, though. I don't care. I want them to slide a few mil and grab Bluepoint. These guys are good. They're talented. Will print money. Listen, I agree with you there, but the thing is, look, I wish we can get all this stuff, but at the end of the day, the way things are now, because Safo, we have a problem that we don't get together and talk about it. A lot of people decided console war, but they don't see what's the problem is. And a lot of people woke up yesterday and actually saw the truth. Like, okay, PlayStation only sells consoles. Okay, yeah, let's cheer. But they did not see what's happening in their own yard. And I always kept on telling them, listen, you got to take a look at what's happening over there. It ain't looking good. And then they get mad. They're like, no, PlayStation is fine. They're making a shit ton of money and all this stuff. I was like, bro, it's not looking good. And like I said, I started earlier the show talking about the smells, TCL, and all this stuff coming around. I said, there's a problem over there. Something's happening. And boom, now we finally see what a major problem is when they shut down that studio. So the problem is right now, Safo, is that all of these guys need to get together. They all do. They need to get together and look for a solution instead of fighting each other like pigs out there. They're just for to please, what is it, 3 or 4 million people out there who root for this crap, right? Because that's what they do. They root, they cheer, they root, they say, oh, and we all of us, for example, me as a podcaster, I've been warning them for quite some time, saying, hey, look, it's not looking pretty. And I've been to shows and telling them it's not looking pretty. And on those shows, I've been shut down by the podcasters telling me, you're not right. Sony's doing well. It's fine. It's pumping in. I'm like, bro, it's not because I
I'll
read
tell
the
you what's
rooms
the
all the
solution of
time.
this. I'll tell you what's the solution of this, and this is never gonna happen.
What's the solution? What's the solution?
All three companies, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam, no, all four, has to come together. Even Epic, all come
Yeah,
together.
they have to come together. They
No,
have to
no.
come together
And
with
this is
things.
this is what this should do, and this is
Yeah,
not gonna happen. This is just me
yeah.
talking shit. All companies, Epic, all companies, publishers, the big ones,
Mhm.
the ones that make, come together and say, we all gonna pitch in to make a box.
Oh,
That way,
that
the
happened.
development cost is not gonna be as huge for each if
Mhm.
we're doing it alone.
uh,
In that box is going to play every single game in existence from all the companies, but the difference is everybody's going to
ooh,
make their own money. How? Their exclusive games are going to stay on their store. So in
yeah.
that box, everybody has their own store, and if you want to buy a PlayStation game, you got to buy it in their store. That's why they're that way they get their hundred
Oh
percent.
shit, the
You want to
game
buy an
station.
Xbox game, if you want to buy an
Mhm.
Xbox game, you got to buy on the Microsoft store. That way they get the 100%.
But
And
wait,
if you want,
but what,
and
are we
that's
getting?
never gonna happen.
But we are kind of getting a box like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know we're getting a box like
I
that
know,
soon, though.
I
They're gonna
know,
have pretty
I
much every
know,
store on there for we to purchase
I
whatever
know,
the fuck we
I
want on that
know, and
box.
that's called the Xbox. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, one box to rule them all, and that's the Magnus. Suck it, PlayStation. I'm out.
but
I'm out. That's it. That's it for me
I,
today, guys.
I don't I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Safa. But at the end of the day, though, what me and George are saying, be an independent studio for a while, get
No,
that money
don't
pumping,
buy Bluepoint. Microsoft, don't buy Bluepoint.
or
Fund them.
fund them, or if not, hire them to work on those double A studios that they have
Yeah,
there.
that's
That could,
funding them.
yeah,
Funding them. That's
yeah,
hey,
funding them, yeah.
hey. We need a remake for Fallout 3. You want to do it?
Bro.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Microsoft, like, hold
Oh
on,
my
come here.
god,
Come.
I'm
Imagine
so
if
excited for
Phil.
Safa.
Imagine if Phil says to Bluepoint, "Hey, okay, I know what happened.
Uh,
We're not gonna buy you, but how about you make the Fallout remake? Will you
yeah.
guys be down for that?
Oh
You
shit.
think Bluepoint right now would be like, no? Hell,
Whoa,
fuck no.
well,
Of
fuck yeah,
course.
let's do it. How about do a Fallout remake? Let's see what, Microsoft remake, which is another good one to get. That's a good live service. That was a good, great live
No,
service.
no, 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 no. Okay, okay, Louis. I know people love Mecha Cell, but for the Mecha Cell, it's not gonna sell jack shit.
Oh shit, Joey, don't break my heart like
Mm,
that. Don't break a lot of people's
I
heart.
know people love that dude. It's not gonna sell jack shit.
Okay, I'll give. I'll,
Fallout 3 and New Vegas remasters will make money, so stop it.
oh yeah, Fallout nowadays, yes it
I'm
will, because
talking about
that's a
short
gold mine
bets.
right now.
I'm not gonna
Short
make
bets, short
I'm not
bets.
gonna make Bluepoint make Mecha Sold for the game to sell jack shit and to
Yeah.
Bluepoint to go under again. All
So
right.
yeah, okay, you're right. So let's see which other one can they remake that was pretty good,
Don't buy the studio, Microsoft.
know?
Pitch them and fund them
Yeah,
a
exactly.
game.
Yep.
You don't
Pitch
need
and
to buy
funnel.
everything.
Exactly.
I
Pitch and
agree with
funnel.
you,
That's it.
Cube. Mecha Soul is so fucking overrated. I know. I tried
Oh.
playing that fucking game and it's boring. It's not good. But anyway.
But that's it, though. I mean, fun, just fun. Just get them to work on projects, fund them with something, and that's it. And let them do their magic, because when they sit there and they cook, they really know how to cook. We
Yes.
got to admit to that. They really know how to do it. They have done an awesome
Yeah.
job, though. So yeah,
Hey,
fund them. Don't get them,
hey,
fund
Blue
them.
Point, you want to do Fallout 3? Oh,
Yeah,
how about Morrowind? Thank you. Somebody said in the chat. How about
more
Morrowind?
win.
All this was
Mm-hmm.
Morrowind. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do Banjo? Maybe?
I do, maybe.
Or,
Or
hey, maybe here's a crazy idea.
Concord.
You want to make a next gen version of Killer
Okay.
Instinct?
Oh shit.
Like, I'm not saying, remake Killer Instinct 1. Same characters.
Exactly. We make Killer Instinct one, yeah, and make sure you got what's her name? To flash you. What's her name?
Orchid?
Yep,
Orchid is always going to be there. I'm
yeah.
like hey, we want to upres the Killer Instinct that we had. And Iron Galaxy
Get
is
them
a
on
good
more your enemies.
studio, but it's having troubles right now. How about hey, we want to make an Unreal Engine 4 or 5
Sapplebees.
version of Killer
Okay,
Instinct? Give
Sunday.
it Blue Point. I don't know. You can fund them.
Good God, Sapple's being. Oh my God, Sapple's being. Oh Lord, she's being just. Flex with wallet. I don't care if the devs have watched your car. Buy them. Show everyone how far your enemy has fallen. She says, "Oh God." It's just terrible. I didn't think about it that way though. That was a good one
No,
though.
like I say, I don't think. Honestly, I don't think
Oh Lord.
Microsoft would approve a purchase right now.
I don't think they will approve. No, I don't think they would. Especially since the numbers
They're
came in
cutting
and
stuff off.
they were looking.
They're cutting the fat. They've been cutting the fat so much that to a point that right
Mhm.
now, and then I know I don't really know this, but I kind of heard that they cut the fat so much
Yeah.
that now that everything that is on Xbox right now is exactly what they want.
Uh
Like
huh.
it's an oiled machine right now.
Hmm.
They have exactly the personnel that they need.
Yep. They don't need anything else. 100%.
It's like it's not bare bones. It's not a skeleton crew. It's like this is the
This is
numbers that
what
we have.
this is what numbers that we have. This is what we need though. But I'm saying though, like, yeah, Blue Point. If you're gonna listen to us or not, but at the end of the day, tip: do your own studios. Go to
Stay
Microsoft.
independent.
Go to Microsoft. Go
Bluepoint,
to Konami. Go to
Blue,
Capcom. I mean, don't go. Capcom's
Bluepoint,
got
stay
the remakes now.
independent.
Let's
Stay
see.
independent.
Where
It's not
should we
safe.
go?
It's not safe under being under a publisher right now. It's not.
It's not safe right now. Just do
Stay
your own
independent.
thing. Get
Look
your
at
cash
Embracer.
in and
Look at fucking
make it go.
Embracer.
Oh,
Embracer bought a whole bunch of people. Whole
woo!
bunch of people.
And for what?
And they could not sustain it because one of their investor bailed out.
Exactly.
Now
So
they got
for
they
what?
had to shut down a whole bunch of studios and sell
Yeah,
a
they
lot
shut
more.
down. Saw a bunch of things. What for? What? That's the
Stay
whole point.
independent, Blue Point.
Stay
Get
independent.
contracts.
Yeah,
Make
contract
small
chat.
remakes here and there. Do not risk yourself with a new IP.
Nope. Nope.
Once you're established,
Mm-hmm.
then you can do whatever you want. But
Exactly.
right now, I
Mm-mm.
want you guys in the chat to hit the like button and share it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's
And
it. Yeah.
Louis, I really have to move on.
All
I gotta.
right, Joey. Have a good
I
one, man. Have a
spoke.
good one. I'm
I
about.
spoke way too much today.
Yeah, go for it. It was good. It was a good rant. He beat me to it. It was good. It was fun. Joey, thank you for coming by, man. Thank you for coming by.
Yes, I gotta go to work, guys.
Yeah.
I got to shower. Smell
Man,
good.
smell good. Get us all deodorant up, powder, and everything. Go for it,
Exactly.
Joey. Thank you for coming by, though, Joey. It was fun. It was
Don't
a fun
worry,
chat.
guys. Don't worry, guys. Hey, again, you can find me lately. You can find me a lot here on Louis' channel. Not every day though, but I'll try. And though, I mean, everybody know the guys in the chat knows where I am on Twitter.
Yep.
But
Hmm.
again, follow Louis around here. Follow Louis, subscribe to Louis, all that stuff. WBG today, TTS later with Sean and Dirt. They're gonna talk shit. You know
Oh
they're gonna be
yes,
fun. You
that'll be
know
fun, man.
it's gonna be hilarious.
It's
And
gonna be
they're
fun.
gonna do the console war stuff. They're
Yes, it
gonna
will.
rip a new
Hmm.
asshole to
Hmm.
PlayStation today,
Hmm.
right? But it's all fun and games. It's all entertainment.
Yeah,
I do the console war. Louis does the console war because it's fun, and
it's fun. But at the
that's something that the people that hates the console wars and want to keep neutral don't understand, dude.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know about you, but I really don't feel that way. But it's fun.
It's fun.
It's
It's
to me
fun.
it's a healthy banter. Competition is good,
Hmm. Competition
right?
is good, man.
As long as it's not personal, as long as it's
Exactly.
not crossing the line, as long
Hmm.
as it's not disrespectful, console
Hmm.
wars. But when there's extremists out there. There's extremes on everything.
Oh God.
But anyway, God bless you guys. I love you guys. See you guys in the next time. See you on Monday.
See you, Joey.
See you guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks,
Hopefully,
man.
maybe Tuesday also. I don't know. My schedule's been changing a lot.
All right. Yeah. Just tell me about it. I'll tell everybody.
Yeah. Have a
All
good
right.
day.
Have a good one, Joey. Have a good one. So.
I will close this. Ooh,
All
later.
right. So, chat, bringing it back in, and let's bring up the closing arguments because you guys got Sean, and I know that show's going to be fire. And I know you guys are going to want to go to jump over there. I was trying to get TJ on here, but even Mux is just since last night though. I try to set up all the windows and it's been but it's been a bitch. But we'll get them next Friday. But at the end of the day, though, chat, because I'm gonna sit here, try to tickle with this thing, to at least have a three windows, just in case I got more guests. Because I forget I got to do that just in case emergencies like this happen. Um, so sorry, TJ. I tried to. I tried to. I've been dealing with it. But closing arguments, my chat, and this is the thing, though, and I gotta say this: we've been for years telling them. We've been sitting here talking about it. We've been telling a lot of podcasters out there. We've been telling all the fanboys out there. You guys need to look in your backyard. If you guys do not look in your backyard, you're in trouble. Because we, of course, we look at our backyard because why? When we go out there and start talking about Xbox and we're mad about Xbox, we express our feelings. We do go ahead and slander it. We do go ahead and be mad about it. We do go ahead and say what we got to say because at the end of the day, if we don't fight it as a consumer, if we don't go out there and fight it, they're going to do whatever the F they want. And that's the truth. I remember I read something in the chat that said, do we care? Let me see what it says here. There was a question here that I saw earlier. Let me see if I can find it, chat. Hold on a second. I think the question was, do we care if Sony goes away? Now, here's the thing you need to understand, though. If Sony goes away, at the end of the day, though, we could be in trouble. We could be in trouble because if Sony goes away, my friends, what's going to happen is then you're going to have two companies out there putting up prices, doing whatever they want, and it's going to shoo us away from the console side of things. We're going to start hopping in where we can find games cheap. We're going to start hopping in elsewhere, and we're going to forget about what a console is. So, to be honest, though, getting a company away, a company that has so many years now, establishing a name and doing all this stuff, can actually affect us in a bunch of ways. That's why, like, I don't want the company to go away. No, because at the end of the day, the company did not do nothing towards me. It didn't. Now, the fanboy crap, the fanboy talk, that needs to end one day. It does. It needs to end one day. The hate for no apparent reason that we still don't understand. Why do they hate Xbox? Why do they hate this? Why do they hate everything that's happening over there? Why do they? Why? That's the thing I don't understand. Why they hate it? I don't get it. Don't. And to be honest, though, I'm not gonna care for it because I'm not a psychologist. I'm not gonna go in and analyze why do they hate it. But at the end of the day, though, this is what your hate brought you because you were not honest with your own backyard. You did not grab your what's it called, your mowing machine, and went out there and mowed your lawn. You didn't do nothing. Just let those trees do what growing and go everywhere they want instead of you guys trying to prevent from it from going everywhere or the grass to grow and go everywhere it wants. You didn't prevent it. You're so focused on looking at the other side that this company is doing whatever the fuck it wants. It's doing it. And sadly, like I said earlier, 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, Sony announced that we're going to charge you more money because I got to say, I give them props for that because at least they were honest and told it to your faces. Yet y'all did not or either understand it or didn't care for it because your egos, right? Your egos that you guys have out there, you just want to see that console reach 150 million so you can go out there and say, whoa, we beat Xbox 20-1, 30-1, and all this crap. But at the end of the day, what did that do for you as a video game player? What did that do for you? What special treatment did that number do to you? Jack shit. You know what it did to you? It got you Bluepoint shut down. Instead of you saying, "Hey, PlayStation, I see, Demon Souls hasn't moved from 2 million copies. What are you guys gonna do? Send it to PC, send it elsewhere." That's what you podcasters should be talking about. That's what you guys should start looking at and reading the room on how PlayStation business is going and going out there and try to say PlayStation. If I was you, port it this way. Why don't you port it to Xbox? See how it goes. Give it a shot. Because have Xbox, fund you and say, "Hey, Xbox, knock on the door. Can we bring this game over here? How about some funny, or forget it over there?" That's it. I think they will not say no because they will know that over there they'll probably sell a bunch of copies. But the thing is, you guys bringing all those ideas, going out there and telling everybody, Xbox players don't buy games, they don't spend money on this, they don't spend money on that. That's literally that makes the company think that that's actually true, and that's where I'm heading for. You guys need to stop with that crap. You guys need to sit there and look at your own job, like I said, and start focusing on it more than Xbox. Stop wasting your time on Xbox because over here, you got the Xbox guys already chatting about it. You got the Xbox guys talking about it and saying, "Oh man, hey, oh man, it's doing wonders, it's doing all this stuff." But over there, you guys are so like, "Hey, okay, oh, you're gonna charge tomorrow? Okay, cool, no problem." Wow. Wow. And I always tell you this, chat, and this comes from the heart. what you got to do with life is protect your wallet. That's the number one thing you got to do is protect your wallet. Protect it. Don't let these companies swallow you up with this money. This is a hobby. This is for fun. This is something you enjoy. I know there's a lot of hype when it comes down to a game coming out. You got to go buy a day one. Same thing with the PS5 Pro. You know, mm. I don't think they can, Louis. Sony can't send games to other places because I don't think they can afford to port them. Well, then that's what I said earlier. You got to knock on the door and say, "Hey, Xbox, can you help me fund this game and bring it over here?" I bet you Safo they would not say no. I bet you they won't because they know it will sell over there. Because look what Joey said. I will buy it out of spite. I will buy Spider-Man over there, even though I won't play it, but I'll buy it out of spite. That's cash in for Microsoft, and that's cash in for Sony. That's how it is, Safo. But at least it's extra cash that they were not waiting for. And that's the thing, though. Because look, if they may do, because I always say this, Sony may do good with when it comes out of PlayStation, because to be honest, PlayStation is the thing that's keeping them alive. But if one thing makes money and you got other projects running around, they're not making a ton or losing money, and you want to keep the other projects alive, what are you going to do? You're going to grab what you have here for profit or grab what you have here that you made, and you're going to start sending over there and not focusing on what you have on plate. And like Joey says, everything is more expensive now. Technology's gone more expensive. RAM has gone more expensive. All that shit has gone expensive. It has. So at the end of the day, though, where are you going to go with this? So TD314B1C says Sony should have acquired studios with already established live service IPs instead of forcing single player developers to make them only to close them down later. One should acquire it with one lack. Like Xbox said, that's organic relationship means nothing now. Hmm. But look, with what you said though, you're right, and they did that with Bungie. And the problem was that, like you said, they grab all those single player studios to work on these live service games that they didn't know what to do, and this is what happened. But you're right; they should have picked up at least, like I said, instead of picking up Bungie, should have picked up Helldivers and keep Helldivers under their wing, because Helldivers is a bitch ass of a hit. I won't say it's a beautiful game though, but it's a fantastic game. It's a game that you sit there, you enjoy, you have fun with friends, and run around doing stuff. It's good. So they should have done that. Picked up Helldiver instead of Bungie, or like I remember an article I read, pick up a mobile side of things to go expand your library elsewhere, because that's another thing. You don't expand nothing. You don't sit there and look at things. Like for example, I do not know why PlayStation hasn't sat down and done a PC app. They should have done it a long time ago. That would have been good for them. Like Xbox has a PC app. They should have done that. It would have been good, but it is what it is. They did when Sony started in gaming. They were buying up everything. That wasn't organic growth. Yeah, I know they bought up everything. I know Sony bought a bunch of studios because that was another argument from the fanboys until, truth came out, because they were like, oh, yeah, but, Naughty Dog grew. I'm like, no, Naughty Dog did not grow. Naughty Dog was bought. What are you talking about? Santa Monica is an established studio. Sony Japan is an established studio, but Naughty Dog wasn't. And a lot of these studios were not made from Sony. They were made independent, and they picked them up. That's the truth. That's how it is. 'Cause that's how you get the company to grow and everything. But, when I go down and look at exclusives, and I saw the ABK report, and I saw everything that happened, I found out the truth. I said, well, that was a big lie. That was a big lie. And like I always say, the PlayStation fanboys in the media are the ones that are going to destroy PlayStation. And here it is, chat. You're seeing it today. You're seeing it today right in front of your eyes how they're doing it. Because again, what was the news that Joey read earlier? Oh, the PlayStation was the most sold console in January. Again, how is that a save? Why would you look at this as a save though? Why? I'm being serious though. Why would you think this is a save by you announcing your console sales? The thing is that your fan base is mad. You can publish console sales and they start falling for that again. I'll be like, whoa, you guys are seriously, you guys have lost your way. I hope they keep on with the ramp with Bluepoint for a while. Because again, I'm happy that a lot of them have finally opened their eyes. A lot of them have. But the thing is, how long will they keep their eyes open? That is the next question. And I bet you, I bet you, they're going to look the other way sooner than later. They will. Because, of course, they got to keep those egos up. They got to. They got to keep it up. They also paid studios to cancel Saturn ports to multi-plat games because of while Saturn was more popular in Japan than PlayStation was. Oh shit! So they should have reinvested their money into their own company instead of money had in third party. Now look at them in a pickle. Jago, I think that's why they went out there and invested money into money had in third party. I think that's why they did it because they were in a pickle. They were taking too much risk on the live service games, and they decided to go for that. I think that's why they're in a pickle. They did when Sony started getting okay. I already read that. Let me see. If Xbox shut down a studio equivalent the size of Bluepoint, the media would be talking about that for months. They were already trying to move on from the less news than 24 hours later. Yeah, that's what I mean, though. Like I always say, media and the PlayStation fanboys are going to be the ones who are going to destroy PlayStation because they're not out there reading the room. And it's like what Joey said. Joey gave you a prime example. Well, I bought this statue. And he looked at it every day. He was having fun with the statue. It's like, oh, my statue is beautiful. I love it. It's fantastic. It's cool and all this stuff. But look at now. Is he looking at it? He's like, I'm thinking about selling it. Think about getting away from it because seriously, it's just in there and he probably got tired of looking at it. Same thing comes with the game. If your game is not moving, this is a live asset right now. This is a thing that's right there sitting there, using servers, using stuff, using electricity, using a whole bunch of shit that's not moving that much. And a year goes by, you got to check your numbers. Shit, it's not selling well. Or another year goes by, oh shit, it's still not selling as well. Okay, you know what? You had 4 years to deliver this game to PC. 4. You guys didn't do it. My God, incredible. To be honest, I don't understand why they never released Demon Souls Remake on PC. Don't understand Sony at all if they're being arrogant or just ignorant. That is the question we gotta ask ourselves these days. TD314. That is actually a very good question. And to be honest though, I don't know. I don't think if it's only to please the fanboys. I don't think if it's only to do this. I don't think if it's only to do that. I don't know, TD. I don't know. 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 I don't know, TD. I don't know. But to be honest though, it was a big mistake. They should have said it elsewhere. But the thing is, maybe we're wrong when we say this. Maybe we're wrong. But one thing I'm sure I'm right about is that right now, people are not buying games as they used to, unless if it's a banger of a title, unless if it has like a cultural backup. For example, Elden Ring. Why did Elden Ring sell? Because it had George R. R. Martin behind it. Harry Potter game, Hogwarts Legacy. Why did it sell? Because it had Harry Potter in it. That's why it sold. But it is what it is. And another thing, it was multi-plats. Not exclusive, not time exclusive. It was multi-plat. So if you got a title like God of War, if you got a title like Last of Us, which y'all had a TV show, you had an amazing TV show, which the next season is about to come up. Shit, you're right now producing a Spider-Man movie. Mm, you have a Spider-Man movie coming up. Take advantage of it. The hype is there. Look at Fallout. Why did Fallout from the TV show, why is it back in that position? It was in 68 and it dropped down. We saw the numbers. I think it was in 68 and it dropped back down to the top 20s. Why was it there? It was a TV show. Take advantage of that. Send it to Xbox. Make the hype better and do it the proper way. Do it the way that get things hyped up. Not just announcing it. Do it the right way. Put a trailer out there. Say it's going to Xbox. Do it. Let people see that it's happening. Of course, you're gonna get the rants for the fanboys. Who cares? Let them rant, let them bitch. But at the end of the day, those fanboys already got your game. You see where I'm going with this? They already got your game. They already bought it, or they either downloaded it from PS Plus. I don't know how they got it, but they either got your game. Now try to get the cash from us, the guys from Xbox. So try to get the cash from Nintendo, the guys from Nintendo. Try to get the cash to the guys on PC. Get that cash. And fuck the fanboy crap. It's done. It's over. It's not doing anything. 20 years ago, perfect. What was it? 10 years, 12 years ago, when you saw the little handover, lend over the game to you and everything. When you saw that, that was fun times. I don't blame you. But we're in 2020, and those fun times have changed so much. It ain't even funny. It has. It has. You got markets out there growing. You got stores out there growing because listen, Xbox might not be growing on Xbox with console sales, but their store is growing. It is. How do I know? Simple. You got people buying their Xbox One X. You got people subscribing it on PC. You got people subscribing to to Game Pass on TVs. You got people just subscribing to all this stuff, and it's growing. And you're not taking advantage of that growth. Oh, Sony. Huh. Since you haven't done it though, shit. Come on, man. Come on. Dude, Xbox just sold 8,000 behind Nintendo Switch in January. I thought, hey, that's not that bad though. If it's only 8,000 behind, that's actually pretty good though. For about a day, then they'll dig up sales numbers and move to Focus 2. Yeah, probably so, you babe. Probably so, but they're still mad out there because I saw Nicola this morning, mad as hell, say we got 7 days to reverse this shit. He ain't reversing shit though. I don't get it. And Nicholas Knight says GTA 6 only game that can save gaming, but if they do, I'd and passport not to play online multiplayer gaming of both PlayStation and Xbox. Is that a next gen no one will buy in 2029? So wait, I'm trying to what? Okay. So let me read this again. If GTA 6 only game that save gaming, but if they do, I'd and passport just to play online multiplayer gaming for both PlayStation and Xbox instead. And next generation will buy it in 2029. Huh. But here's the thing, though, Nicholas. The thing that attracts users to these boxes, and this is the truth, though. Even Phil Spencer said this. Phil Spencer said this thing. Why do you think Phil Spencer said it's over for the console war? Last generation was the most important generation for all these boxes. It was. PlayStation got PlayStation fans to come to the box and build their own digital libraries. Xbox got their fans to go to Xbox and build their own digital libraries. So the thing is, get apart from that digital library is the hardest thing to do because you already invested so much into it, and that's the truth, though. I mean, you got people with 1,000 games in PlayStation, you got people with 1,000 games in Xbox. Are you gonna dump this to jump into another console for what better details and just one extra game? You're not gonna let that console go. You're gonna have it there. You can either buy the extra console down the road, or and keep the old one there, but you're gonna keep your games on your box. That's the truth. No, it's not. Gaming's not fine. Jago 6 is not fine, though, because how do we know it's not fine? Because just yesterday alone, we saw Ubisoft lay off 40 people. Embrace is still struggling. All these big companies are struggling out there. There's only like two or three that are doing really good. There are 3 billion devices globally to game on. Why would gaming need saving? Okay. I'll explain to you why, Jago 6. What I mean by saving gaming is that you got these companies making these single player games and they're not doing as well as these multi platform games or these live service games. They're not doing as well. You got these companies doing these single player games, putting it out there, trying to get some people to buy it. But if you have it locked down on a console, it's not going to go anywhere. So you're getting studio shutdowns, you're getting game cancellations, you're getting a lot of shit happening out there. And it's not good for us because at the end of the day, the companies will only focus on making live service games, which will be a bad thing too because there's too many of them right now. That's how it is. So when they mean they need saving is, yeah. And hopefully I and Passport will not use in gaming in years to come because they Discord, they're trying to do it very soon. Oh, you're talking about the passport thing. Okay. I see what you mean though. It's about the passport thing. But yeah, that's what they mean they need saving though. Because right now we're in a situation where we're losing a lot of stuff out there. One in saving is that a game needs to sell 10 million copies at full price just to turn a profit and keep the studio from getting shut down. But in order to get that, you know what you gotta do? You gotta send it everywhere, my friend. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Gotta get it everywhere. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Holding it up, it's not gonna make it work anymore. You gotta send it everywhere to get the customer that loves this type of games to go ahead and buy it. But by having it in one place and trying to get the customer to go buy your console, because that's another thing though, and that's like I say though, this Shin we did not get price reduction. If we did, consoles would have been different, everything would have been fine. But we didn't get it, my friends. We just didn't. And it sucks that we didn't. Sucks that we didn't. That we did not get, those price reductions on consoles, because now it's going to turn out to be stagnant for a while. It will. It's going to stop for a moment. It's going to stop, my friends. It will. It's going to stop. It's going to stop. The way game is changing, so we need to change with 100%. That's what I'm saying, though. We need to change, and we see Microsoft doing a lot of changes, which has been positive on their side, negative with the price hikes, but positive, when it comes down to the games we're having. That's true. You're seeing the big change, and it's being positive on their side. Now, on Sony's side, though, they need to start making that change and find a way to make the change to make it better. Yeah, those are my closing arguments, my friends, and at the end of the day, I say with all my heart, do what you got to do, my friends. Go out there, send those games everywhere, and get the guys to buy it so you guys can keep your studios alive and you guys keep on going and keep on cooking when it comes down to your company. Now, if you want to be the way you are, then goodbye. Have a good one. That's all I can say about that. Rockstar Games still want to do it, save people buy and play online. If you look at UK right now, being gamer, this does not look good, and we're next. Does not look good. You're right, my friend. I'm generally more excited for Crystal Desert and Fable than GTA 6. And after this last Tower interview, Elder Scrolls 6 craving has returned. Yep, that's how it is. Nothing remains the same all the time. Things change, so that does also apply. Yeah, I agree with you, Jago 6. It does apply. And that's why, like Joey said earlier, we need to get a box that we can pick up our games. We need to get a box where we have all these storefronts and get it all together and do this. And I told Joey, wait a minute, aren't we getting a box that's like, yep, that's the next Xbox, which is true. We're gonna finally have a box where we can buy from any storefront and have fun playing games. So that's the thing we want, my friends. And like I always say, Chad, at the end of the day, worry about what to play next. That's one. And two, protect your wallets. That's all. That's all. And don't let these companies feed you these BS ideas. Because we've sold 92 million consoles, we are fine. That because we made all this money, we are fine. The truth has come out. Because now you got your own fan base of fanboys asking all questions. So good luck. And chat, one more thing before I head out. One last thing before I head out. If you see the developers from Bluepoint going out there looking for jobs, and you see there's job things out there, pitch them a job. If you find a job they can work on, development, pitch it to them. So they keep on doing their talent, show them love and support. They're human beings just like us. It sucks they got laid off. It sucks. It sucks. It really does. It really does. That Pokemon game coming to Game Pass in 3 days. Yeah. But chat, listen up. The crazy ones gotta go. I know Sean is on right now. Chat, you guys gotta dive in. I know DemoFlow is on. If you either want to go dive in DemoFlow, go dive into DemoFlow. Don't go dive in to Sean and they're on right now. Go for it, chat. No problem. But chat, before we all start heading elsewhere, what have we all been playing, my friends? What have I all been playing? Because look, last night I was gonna game, but I was just I was tired. Game Pass has been on fire lately. I guess the price increase was something after all. Look, that's the thing though. I don't like price hikes though, but Game Pass has always been on fire. That's the truth though. It's always been on fire. Even though we got a bad month, but when we have that bad month, we go to another game that's there and the month before, and we start playing it, and we go by the bad month and then come back to a better month. That's how it is. Game Pass is a beautiful thing, though. What y'all been playing, man? Chat, what y'all been playing? Oh Lord, no, none of us can. None of us. It's insane, but it's good. You know, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I got the wife. 6, 4, 5. Hold up. What y'all been playing, my friends? What y'all been playing? I couldn't play yesterday at all. So today I'm gonna sit down and play some Stars Sam, whatever it's called. Halo Campaign Evolved FA6, Japan Year's E Day, Fable Beast of Reincarnation. All on Game Pass Day 1 and 26 is pretty dope. Yes, it is. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I mean, the Halo campaign evolved hasn't been confirmed. And Gears Zeta hasn't been confirmed. We're still waiting for the confirmation for that one. But for what we know is Fable, Beast of Incarnation. Oof, that's coming soon, baby. That's coming soon. And Forza Horizon 6, 100%. A little Cosmic Invasion. Oh, good. Sometimes you got to go in there and beat them up. There you go, Justin. Just Justin B. Go for it. Beat up some people, though. Beat up some bad guys. Yeah. The Witcher 3 and Starfield. I'm about to play GTA 5. Bid me money. You're playing too much single player games. You're going to get crazy. But you're crazy already. I mean, yeah, that's how it is. But chat, thank y'all for hanging out with us today. Thank y'all for super chats. Thank y'all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. Dude, I seriously do. You guys really are fun to hang out always. I mean, we went for this show. We did a 3-hour show, and TJ again. I'm sorry. It's this thing is doing whatever it wants. It sucks, but I gotta sit down with Eva Monks and get some things fixed. But yeah, chat, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when XPI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful night. Do mean a beautiful and awesome Friday and also weekend, my friends. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast when we do come back. All right, at 7 p.m. ET on Wednesdays with Sourbow, the Big Plume, and Silent Cipher. And on Fridays, they invite me if they don't, XPI Espanol, which is today with Elvis Cenecita and Metal Berserker. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Little Gaming when I send the signal out over there on Twitter X, Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. And that's why you got to hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on to talk about what's happening in the gaming news world. Have a beautiful day, my chat, and I will see you guys on Monday morning with Good Morning with Crazy Lou Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one.